Hello, and welcome back to the Fate of Aeothar. Previously, after dealing with the fallout of the dragon attack, the heroes take a long rest when Moss discovers a new power, and successfully brought back Arno, Tony's dad, and the Sultan, albeit in an owl dwarf body. They then decided to return to Aeothar, but make a pit stop at their Vudarian base of operations, Faerstorm Keep. They board Moss, who is wild-shaped into a hybrid flying creature, resembling a bird and a whale. And that's where we're going to pick up.
Okay, so, yeah.
So Moss is like this giant hybrid flying whale sort of thing.
Can I mockingly?
What'd you say about my wife?
Tony, that's rude.
Made out of metal. Made out of metal as well.
Yes.
No, I did cover myself with boar hair, I believe. Give me something to hold on to.
Cool.
It's like synthetic boar hair.
There's thunder, so sorry if you hear that.
That's fine. We are on the back of a flying whale.
Tony.
Makes sense thematically.
I'm trying to communicate.
Well, do you understand him?
No, but I'm guessing, okay?
Well, what are you guessing?
I don't know. I think he says we're nearly there.
Okay. Are we? How long has it been? I'm dumb, okay?
I'm dumb, okay? Oh.
I steal 14 hit points from him. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey guys, do you want to hear the song I'm working on?
Sure.
Oh, hey, Durgan, cue the music. Somebody
You might notice something different about the character page as well.
Yes.
Oh.
There are now 5 pictures instead of 4.
That's cool.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we went through the same guy for Moss's as well.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, one thing I dislike is that this one on the right is slightly lighter at the bottom.
Yeah.
He made me so thick though. I'm so fucking thick.
Thick boy.
Well, that was from me, like the part where it's red on the bottom, because I photoshopped it in, but I guess I missed that little detail. But I'll patch it up.
So
This
cool.
isn't acceptable.
Okay,
So
so,
cool.
Can I just say, for that little escapade of Talia and Durgat's musical masterpiece, what we would have heard is.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I mean, I can play an instrument. Talia, can you teach me guitar
Of course.
or lute? What I say? What I actually scream because of the wind.
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
Thanks!
Talia's very she's like kind of bouncing up and down because she's like excited to yes, I will teach you my craft.
So weird question. Can I hear them? As like they're on my back, but we're also flying at fucking Mach 10.
Roll a perception check.
Oh yeah. I don't think whales get special perception. No, they just have blind sight. Okay. So it's just my perception. 23.
Ooh.
Yeah. I would say that they're loud enough for.
So
you to
they're
hear
talking about that. You just hear very loud.
I go back to him.
You hear a much lower one in response to Tony. I don't want to keep doing that, but
We have a back and forth for a while. I have no idea what I'm saying the whole time.
he does. You notice he's not responding to Tony. He is attempting to communicate whenever Talia and Durgat are talking about jamming together.
Tony does not know this. Tony 100% thinks you're talking to him in whale. And thinks this is cool as hell.
So yeah, I'm just cruising along, being transport.
Nice.
Talia and Durgan are working on the grand performance of Somebody Come Get Her. She's dancing like a stripper.
Hey Talia, do you have any like a flute or something?
Well, let me.
Just imagine you pull it out of your bag and it just.
You're just like
No
throwing
wind.
stuff out.
You don't have to blow into it. You just press the buttons on top.
So do you have a flute?
I don't think I. Wait, no lies. Yeah, I have my bone pan flute. Yeah, my bone pan flute.
Yeah.
Do you think it would make noise if you get it out of your pockets or bag or whatever?
Oh, I tried that. I take the flute out. Does it make a noise? Against the wind.
Does it fly out of her hand? Their hand?
No, strapping it very tight.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it makes a very like loud kind of almost groaning noise because there's no differentiation between, you know, the wind going into it. So it's just all the holes at once and it just makes for this very odd sound.
You ever hear a flute section do warm-ups?
Okay, but I'm really just fascinated by it.
I was laughing her ass off because this sounds absolutely hilarious to her.
This isn't fun, this is just cool.
Hardrada is going to study his cantrips. No, I'm just kidding. Hardrada is going to
On the back of a whale.
Page is just flapping.
Like the page is like flipping around.
Let me just get out my
learning.
cantrips.
Book flies into the abyss.
I'm going to attempt to read one of my prayer books to see, like, to get a bit more information on who Korn is and what he did to me.
Just get out my prayer book.
Okay. Roll a religion check.
Religion.
Roll a
religion.
strength check to properly hold the book for
18.
Or hold on to me while reading.
18, okay. Do you want this in general or one-on-one chat? It's up to you.
I guess
I mean-
one chat?
I mean,
General information about the gods, yeah.
Is
I
it
suppose-
just like general information, or is this like story specific, like interesting things?
No, it's just to answer your question about like who he is and what he did to you.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, most of it's stuff that like the group probably already knows or suspects.
Okay, well then, yeah, we can you know.
Okay. So what you remember is that Korn was a blood and chaos god
Mm-hmm.
and was somehow locked in a pocket dimension and was using you in a way to strengthen himself.
Sorry, what? What's
Do I
locked in
have
the
any
pocket
idea
dimension?
of how close he is to getting out?
At this point, he's still pretty far off.
Okay, good.
Especially with not like having you under his control now. You were kind of like
If
the
we
main.
get-
And
If we get Korn out and let him fight against the Baron's god, what do you think would happen?
No.
Well, if you're asking me, I would think
I'm
that,
saying in general.
Tony gets right up to your face, like inches, just staring you down. No.
no.
Talia, I got a better idea. How
He
about
takes
we
his
stop
helmet
the
off.
Baron?
He stares into your eyes for a solid second.
Who's drinking?
No.
Talia, let's
Solid.
worry about that if as the guy actually gets released by the Baron and crew.
There. Oh, Mike, you won't make us fight a god, will you?
well,
We already got an ancient black dragon to fight against.
You don't know.
Mike.
Okay, so we're brawling some dude in a cloak, an ancient black dragon, and at least one god.
and don't forget the ancient evil too.
Yeah, 2 gods maybe.
Oh, shit.
Well, not
He's
necessarily. It's
evil.
more of a concept than a god, if I remember right. It's not even really like
No,
a
this is-
form.
This is something else.
This is something Tony got himself into.
Oh, beautiful.
Sorry about that one, lads.
Question, does it count as a long rest if we're flying on his back and just like sort of chilling? Because you said it'd take around 8 hours.
Yeah, I would say that.
he's whatever he is for 8 hours.
No, it's a day of travel, which is 8 hours of travel.
Oh. That's fair.
Yeah,
And I can be in this for 9 hours. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Nice.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I would say so because you are in like a relaxed state mostly, besides holding on.
Alrighty, thank you. I was just wondering.
Okay.
All you lazy bastards riding on my back get long rests. I'm out here trying to get y'all home.
I
Shit.
think you
cheering
mean.
the group right now.
Yeah, sorry.
That's you.
Ow,
Is there anyone
nose.
sat behind Hadrada right now? Because. Oh.
Shush.
Nah, I'm just
Okay.
I'm
Fucking dusted.
chilling next to Talia.
Cool.
And yeah, so you guys are heading to the west.
Question: why do I have 3 spell books?
I don't know.
You got them out of the thing?
Oh wait, no, it
Yeah,
weighs 3
you're on it.
pounds. It's not 3 spell books.
Right.
But yeah, you are heading west towards Toshore, and you are getting a bit closer now, and you see that you're starting to come to another, like, not as large as the mountain chain that separates Budar, but it's still like a fairly large mountain chain, and it kind of separates that western tip from the ocean. And as you get closer towards Toshore, you see that off a ways from the city, like built into the side of the cliffs, is Faerstorm Keep, your new base of operations in Budar. Which here, let me pull your tokens. In there too.
I call number 5.
Wow.
They're all number 5.
Yeah, well, since someone decided to leave early last time, we actually already claimed rooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is Talia.
You're in between everyone, so you can't kill people.
Yeah, this is Talia's. Someone, like everyone else marked theirs. This is okay. I'm just gonna move myself there real quick.
This is definitely
Just like
mine.
This is Talia and Spaz's. Spaz is getting his own room actually, which room is still free.
I think, like, according to your
Hadrada's
picture that
room
you
until he
sent me was
claims
like
him.
this way.
Yeah,
Yeah, yours
had
is
this.
right there.
Yeah, you had this. Tony had
Yeah,
this.
you got the big ass
Durgat
building.
I think Durgat had this one.
Yeah.
So we
I
still
had
have
this one.
these two doors here are still available
If you
as
have
well,
that
so Spaz
one,
can sleep
that
in there.
means Spaz is
I
getting
feel like
this one.
Spaz would fail, or
No.
Spaz
getting
would
your room.
would
No.
fit best in this one right
Why
here.
does a
No.
dog get his own
Fuck
room?
you. Because he's
What happened to you wanted to do your
Right,
rental
he's
property?
a 6-foot teleporting dog.
I'm sure Spaz would feel more comfortable if he slept next to you.
Oh
That
yeah,
is
that's
also
fair.
true.
He's living
Is
in
it
my
this
room.
one or this one?
Whichever you want.
I've got these two.
He's got those.
Okay, so,
Just draw a fucking circle.
so this one's mine then.
Yeah, Corin, this page is okay to draw on to claim your room and whatnot.
Okay.
No worries.
Also, this looks pretty cool, but it's not mine apparently.
It's a fucking watchtower. What do you
That's the helipad.
That's the
helipad.
headquarters. That's like the big T on the Teen
round
Titans
table.
building.
It's the Knights of the Round Table.
Bingo.
There we go.
Alright, so I flop us down right in the middle of the courtyard.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
So,
Can I like slide down him like I'm sliding across the hood of a car?
sure. Roll a dexterity check.
Oh.
Or no, acrobatics, actually.
Oh, my acrobatics are the same as dexterity.
Okay. So
Beautiful.
13. Yeah, you like slide across,
Zero.
but kind of get caught on one of the, like elevated surfaces on his body.
Ooh. It looks quite cool though.
Yeah,
Really, though?
Right. Yeah.
Despite like not sticking the landing, so to speak.
It
Just
looks
kinda
cool,
awkwardly
right?
land, like,
It looks
oh.
cool, right?
Cool maneuver.
That's the only reason I was doing it.
Can Harjada...
Why the fuck am I outside of here?
Can Harjada walk towards whatever this gate is and like inspect what it is?
Yeah. 1 second. Which gate?
One he just walked up
with,
to.
like, the one with like the train tracks.
I think that's a ladder that had fallen over.
Oh, is it a
But-
ladder?
Yeah.
It looks
Oh.
like a
Yeah,
train
that's
track.
definitely a ladder. Oh wait, no, yeah, that does. It does. I think that like the art style that's supposed to be, like an entrance to a mine thing or something.
It's a ladder.
But it's a ladder on the ground.
Does this place have a mine?
No.
Darn.
I mean, that's not to say that you couldn't start
We
one,
can make one.
but
No.
as it
Not with
stands.
that attitude.
Literally, we don't have time.
But yeah, so 3
Oh, right
would be
now.
like
It's all 3.
yeah,
What I
like
think
all,
you mean is we don't
all
have cheap
three of-
labor.
all 3 of those would be like the main like rooms and social areas of the keep.
Okay, is there any like
Do we find anything cool?
Yeah, if we just like do a general search of all of our places, all of our rooms.
Roll an investigation check.
I will roll an investigation check then.
Back at it again with a 1.
17 for my room.
There's investigation.
Oh.
Oh, nice. 20, motherfucker!
Well, look at you.
With a +0.
Okay, so
I'm also doing investigation from my room. Rolls, yes, thank you. And oh wow, that would have always been nat 20. Well, 14, yeah.
okay, so Hadrada, Moss, and Talia. Within your rooms, you find general cluster. This place seemed to be left in a hurry and hasn't really been cleaned up since. You notice that there are like some cracks and breaches on the outer walls, and some of the buildings are a bit cracked looking, but not too bad. Something that could easily be fixed. But Hadrada, looking in your room, you find that there's like some old books
Nice.
and like a couple daggers and a simple shield on the ground.
Question for whoever knows anything about D&D. Can I wield a shield if I have, like, what do I need to wield a shield? 'Cause I
As
have
long as you have an
proficiency in
arcane
knob.
focus, you can also use a shield.
So I can use a shield and an arcane focus?
Yes, but then you can't have a physical weapon.
Okay, because, okay. But, like, I could, as a free manipulation of an object, put away my arcane focus to grab out a weapon, right?
Well, putting it away would be the free action. Drawing
Yeah.
it would probably be an action.
Okay.
You could drop your arcane focus on the floor and then pull out a weapon. But then
Yeah,
your arcane
that-
focus is on the floor.
And plus, you have proficiency with shields on your
Yeah.
character sheet, so
So,
but
I
that
was
just means
wondering-
he's allowed to use them.
that also helps.
Wait, my armor class shouldn't be 13 anymore, because why does it say it's 13? Because I
Because you
studded
didn't
leather
change
are...
You haven't. Yeah, you didn't change it.
Okay, I guess I just didn't change it. So studded leather...
Red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Studded leather, padded leather.
So Moss, and in your room, you find kind of similar items.
Anything, if I do a quick, while searching through, do a ritual cast to detect magic, is there anything in any of the space between the two buildings I have that I'm getting any pings from?
No,
Ah.
no, there's nothing magical within the room.
Question.
Yeah.
What kind of books are they? Like, are they, like, books on how to do things?
So one is a book, almost like a technical guide in some way, but it's a book about cog setups and pulley systems and different sort of
Ooh,
like technical things like that.
machination stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
It's neat.
And the other book, it's just kind of more of like a monster's guide on kind of the more common things that are seen around the area.
Okay, that would be useful.
like in that part of the desert.
Is there a blacksmithery anywhere near here?
There is an area to have a blacksmith, but there's no one tending to it at this point.
So there's an empty forge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that like right here? Probably call it something like that.
Yeah.
Or is it like?
I would say just kind of like in this general area over here.
Where?
Sunday.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Forge.
Question: are these things up there cannons, or do they just look like?
No,
I'm
they're not
blind.
cannons. You
That's-
know, you know how in desert buildings they'll have sticks that come out of the roof.
I do not know. That's
Well,
why
yeah.
I
What?
asked.
I knew about it. I don't know why. What is that?
Structural, I
It's
think.
it's
it for, like, the
also
roofing?
insulation, I believe.
Ah, neat. Yeah, so it's just the cross beams on the roofs that allow for support and walking.
Okay. too
Yeah.
bad.
You see some areas around that have like a very smooth pad with like a couple metal ringlets jammed into the flooring, where you believe maybe cannons might have been at one time. You know, like
Damn it.
set up there and like chained into the metal brackets so they don't move when they're fired.
These guys kind of look like cannon windows too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, where did the cannons go?
They probably packed them up and
Probably
brought
took
them
her when they left. Yeah. It looks like they left in a. It looks like they left
If they-
in a hurry.
If they left in a hurry, why did they get their cannon? What?
Why would they forget something that valuable?
Well, cannons are
Talia,
pretty
meanwhile,
difficult to transport. Trust me.
Well, everyone has been talking. Talia has just been running around, just like mentally making notes of what she wants to do with the place. She's just like, and she runs back down, like panting because she's been running around like spasful behind her. She's like, I have so many plans for this place.
With that 20, did I find anything specific or of note in between my two buildings? Or just some books, some daggers?
Yeah, like some books, some daggers.
Daggers, you say?
And anything,
You see,
anything
like-
interesting in those books? Anything that I'd give a shit about? Or are they just books?
Well, one is kind of like a lore and legendary of the Feywild,
Cool.
almost like, you know, written by what people would know from this side of it. And the other one is more of not so much alchemy, but mixing different minerals to get different results.
Like more herbalism? Not so you're saying not alchemy. Well, like what would be the app? I guess I'd have to take some time to read it, but
Yeah, it's more about minerals and like metalwork and metals.
oh,
So, reading, go ahead and roll a general intelligence check.
intelligence check. Oh, it's gonna be all on the dice on this one. I got 0 intelligence. All right, shit. Intelligence check. All right. Oof.
Okay.
Not a
Yeah.
smart boy.
So you like try to read it, but it's pretty beyond what you can comprehend.
I head down to the forge. Is there any materials I could use to forge anything?
Materials as far as what, like for the forge, or like metals and whatnot?
Like coal for to light the or like coal to fuel the forge, hammers and metals, and like
Okay.
leather and wood and stuff like that.
So there is a large wooden barrel that is about 3/4 of the way filled with coal.
Okay, nice.
There are some hammers, but they look a little worse for the wear. Like the wood on the handles have kind of begun to crack, and the heads are looking kind of rusty.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as metal, it seems like any sort of precious metal was also taken when the last occupants left.
Alrighty. Tony,
Yes?
is this in another game, or did you actually pick up some metal at some point?
This is in another game.
Okay.
Campaign,
Can
wrong
I ask?
timeline.
Is there a kitchen anywhere?
Roll an investigation check.
Can I
That's a
assist?
no.
What room are you currently in right now?
I mean, I guess I was down here because I'd rather just talk to you. I guess I'm with the people, but I'll happily adventure throughout many rooms to do this.
I'll help you. Talia's like
Thank you.
going with you, and she's like already starting to clean up everywhere she goes because she's so excited. She wants to do. She really wants to make something out of this place.
And Hardrada, speaking of which, is going to clean up his room as well.
That is with advantage because I'm helping you. So 15.
Would have been a 3 otherwise.
Mike.
Yeah.
Is there a kitchenable space?
So in the rooms that you currently are in, which room are you in? Like,
We're currently in the courtyard. I will happily
There's
walk through
searching
every room.
everywhere.
Okay, so yeah, like from the courtyard, there. I mean, you don't really see anything that would resemble a kitchen.
Yeah, but I will happily walk through every room to find it on my
And I'm
investigative
assisting him
journey.
on finding it, so he has advantage, so that he can get advantage.
Okay, so you would find it on the middle floor where the threes are.
This guy,
Ooh.
that guy.
Yeah, right there.
Like this kind of building.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same color as I did the forge. Hold on.
Is there a specific like cleaning check?
Cleaning check.
Maybe medicine?
No, I don't think it'd be medicine.
I mean, that's like cleanliness being prepared. That's the only thing I could think of. Dexterity check.
Yeah, maybe dexterity.
Persuasion, just persuade it to be clean.
Listen, Dust.
It's like the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
I mean, I guess maybe
Fantasia?
investigation.
Ooh.
Mr.
Investigation would be to find the dirt.
Mr. DM, what would I roll to clean my room?
Mom, what do I need to roll?
Let's see. Let's call it a.
Because, like, I'm trying to really scrub it out, like, really clean it up, like, make it look brand new.
Right.
Goodbye, dirt.
I
Wish I
guess.
had fucking prestigiation.
Let's say a performance check.
Alrighty. I'm
Ooh,
actually okay at
That's a
that.
fair one.
That makes sense, doing the action.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you get it mostly cleaned up and looking like pretty all right.
And then I prestidigitate
still,
the dust away.
Okay.
Reminded you of the spell literally designed to clean, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's the entire point of that stupid spell. I love prestigiation, man.
But yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much looking pretty clean at this point.
Alrighty, thank you.
After doing a quick peruse in my room, finding those books and the daggers, whatever, I'll take that book and just like tuck it into his bag, both of the books that he found, tuck them into his bag, and go outside real quick. And he wants to check the ground outside. Is the ground as desolate as it looks in the portrait, or does
yes.
the ground look serviceable?
I mean, it does look serviceable, but it is very dry and more of like a desert soil rather than like a fertile growing one.
So here's a quick question that I meant to talk to you before, but I guess we can just talk real quick now. I have a spell called Transmute Rock that very specifically is designed to turn like heavy rock and stone, I guess, into mud. But it's supposed to be mud that holds people. Can I kind of like adjust that so that way it turns it into not mud, but serviceable land, like soil that's not as bad and maybe could last a little bit longer instead of just literal desert?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'll have to sleep before I can do that, but at least that's in there. So for the time being, are there already plants out here, or are they just kind of right now? Is it just kind of barren? I guess they're like little bits.
Yeah,
least.
there's like little bits of like some green because there is a like a water spring like nearby that comes out of the mountain. So
oh,
there is
really?
like,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, that.
But I mean,
Ooh.
it like goes like a short distance and then is deposited into a well that is on the premises too.
Like this.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's oh fuck yeah! I didn't even notice that before. So we already have a place to store water. Moss, I'm gonna run up there real quick. How much water's in there? In that
In the well.
In this little container thing we got up here. Oh no, water.
It feels pretty dry at the moment.
Very dry. All right, so Moss is going to go ahead and summon a tidal wave and fill it with 30 gallons of water.
Tony will step back.
Okay.
And just
what
like
spell is that?
inside of it, tidal wave. Here,
Oh,
okay.
Is the wave created or does it need water?
No,
begin
it apparates here. About.
Okay.
There you go. Conjure up a wave of water that crashes down on an area within range. Can be up to 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, up to 10 feet tall. Each creature in that area, blah blah blah. But it summons water.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. I would say that you can do that.
So do that real quick, and then I guess on the walk over there, and then just like as everyone's like running around searching, Moss will just be kind of walking and just kind of Johnny Appleseeding, reach into his bag and pull out a slightly smaller pouch, and just as he walks, just that entire bag of seeds that I had since like probably one of the first things I found when I first woke up in the forest. Just every single seed in that bag, all throughout here, over here, a little bit outside probably, but then also mainly up and around his building, and just putting all that all around there. And then he is going to do a quick read on this before I actually cast it. Just to do, if someone else wants to do something while I finish this up, go right ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm not searching around. I'm admiring.
Very Johnny Appleseed. You see him systematically planting all these seeds, like lots and lots of seeds.
I'm so proud of his little. He's really excited about something. He's like planting lots of seeds. Like I've never seen an emotionless robot look so happy.
What the fuck is a robot?
The motionless construct looks so happy.
There you go.
Question: is there any spell I could use that you would consider to be able to break stone?
Fist.
What kind of spells you got, man?
I got Thunder Wave. I have Eldritch Blast, Minor Illusion, Lightning Lure.
Toad's just gonna step up behind you, kind of looming over you.
Firebolt. I have Scorching Ray. I'm just saying my
Tony's gonna crack his knuckles behind
because
you.
that's all I can use. Except I don't have Eldritch Blast. Never mind.
Tony's gonna stretch his arms behind you.
So I only have Firebolt, Lightning Lure, Magic Missile, Thunder Wave, and Scorching Ray.
Tony, what are you
Stretch is done. Oh, I'm just thinking it'd be really cool if there was someone that could, I don't know, break structures or something. Oh, just kind of.
Okay, stone
almost
does not
mocking.
count as a structure.
I mean, it's a
I
very
doubt you
natural
could
structure.
punch through a mountain.
Like, can I try and dig mountain with my fists?
Sure.
With my gauntlets of hit things good?
That
Right.
didn't sound very convincing from Mike.
Oh no, well no, it's fine.
You can certainly try.
Don't
Sure.
you don't have to worry about rolling an attack because I mean, I don't
Cool.
know what I would give a.
It's a
mountain for
fucking
an
wall.
armor class. Yeah.
Can I divine smite a wall?
Divine Smite wall, you just crack the mountain in half.
I would say probably not. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not gonna, don't
You have
worry.
to channel it to a creature, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, I know a way the Sultan can pay us back, by the way.
Do 8 bludgeoning damage. Which
Well,
is
he did
double
pay
that
us
to a
back,
wall.
didn't he?
How did he pay us back?
We got a fucking castle.
Yeah, I mean for reviving him.
No, you were not
Oh,
gonna ask
we
for
did that,
payment.
did we? As he's just still planting his seeds.
Tony's clapping. He's barreling.
I believe
He's like-
I said my debt was repaid to the Sultan.
Oh, he's like holding his stomach.
Talia like puts a hand on her daughter's shoulder and it's like, you saying that you want money for something Moss did is like as if Durgan wants all the money I earned from a performance.
I mean, I do want the money you earn from performance, but I'm not gonna steal it from you.
I'm asking, I want iron so that we can create weapons.
Look, I'm fully aware Moss meant that completely sincerely as well. Like, oh, did we both do that?
You don't know. Inside check if you want, but you don't know.
I think.
But so after Moss methodically planting all that and throwing that shade, would just kind of think for a moment, and then just in the probably dead in the fucking center of the ground here, just sit, crisscross applesauce, and begin casting plant growth at 8th level, or not 8th level, for 8 hours. Sorry, said that wrong. Do not have 8th level spells yet, but all plants within a half-mile radius at the end of this casting just fucking they basically turn into magic plants, and will A, speed up growth, and B, if any of them are harvestable, make them harvestable. And there's a bunch of homebrew stuff that we can talk about the implications of if you'd like, but that is the gist of it, is just speeding up and ensuring life even within kind of like dangerous area. Because it says no matter what, it's harvested. Twice the amount of normal food harvested.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely talk about that and like figure it out, like what you want to grow there and stuff.
This most of here is gonna be crispy as fuck.
Because like at this point, the only thing that you really see growing, and maybe that has grown, in that area before, is like tumbleweeds, like still green and like growing from the ground, but just like tumbleweed and very like dry, arid.
There's some moss going through and trying to introduce some new is it florist plants, some new flora to the environment, and just kind of taking the full time, just sitting himself, and you guys would probably see like the moss growing on him kind of like go off of him and into the ground and spreading out. And then it'd be later, but then also using some control water spells to take all that water that he dumped into the storage to like properly do that. But that's 8 fucking hours. So Moss is kind of out of commission for a little bit. You guys do whatever.
You finally take a breath at the end of that sentence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I ask if 16 damage does anything to a mountain?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that you can break off like some smaller chunks.
Cool.
Nothing like, too crazy, but...
Is there any precious metal in there?
Let's see, roll a...
I don't know. I'll hold it up to her Drowder.
Here's shiny. Roll a nature check.
I get advantage on that because I have stone cutting.
12.
21.
Oh my.
21, okay. So within the stone that was broken off, you do see what looks like silvery kind of looking veins. Very small, but visible.
Can I use that to make silver wire? Would there be enough of it to make silver wire?
Probably not.
Okay. Can I ask Tony, hey, can you punch this again?
Oh, you know me so well. Punch it again.
While they're doing that, can Talia just start cleaning, start cleaning all the rooms?
18.
Yeah, that's fine.
To a mountain.
Talia's cleaning. And Talia's forcing Durga to help.
While we're cleaning, can I look for any secret rooms or passages?
Sure. Roll investigation.
Oh boy.
Racist.
Okay, great, thank you. 19.
I also want to know if there's a secret passage.
Okay.
Come on.
So, what room were you investigating, or were you just kind of generally
general.
going around
In
and
general.
just looking around? Okay. So in the tower room, it seems like there is like a secret passage that goes like into the ground in the corner of one of the smaller rooms within.
Where's it lead?
So you open the secret door. It's almost like a hatch on the floor, and open it up and go down the wooden steps. They're like very creaky, and you see there's like cobwebs underneath, like where you're going. And you go down, and you finally hit like a stone floor, and there's just a singular hallway that goes almost like into the mountain, it looks like.
So is there a mine?
Hey Talia, do
What?
we want to investigate ourselves, or should we get the others? Or should we wait for tomorrow because of Moss doing something?
Let's wait, but like, yeah, let's wait
Okay.
first, and then.
Can I ask where on the,
Let the boys just like cleanse the mountain.
As you say that, you hear a.
So 9, we'll say that breaks off a little bit more.
That would be an 18 because he has siege thing, right? Tony? Tony?
Yeah, okay.
Wouldn't it be like
Hey.
easier for Tony to like break chunks of the mountain off if he was enlarged?
No, not really. But I would have an advantage of strength checks, and it would be cooler as well.
I mean, you might be able to break off bigger chunks, but
Do you know what? There is only one way to find out. And so,
You hear like Talia and Durgan hear from inside, just like a huge thump. And when they get outside, Tony's large.
I can't find the spell. There it is. Why am I trying to click? It's a large reduce. I don't have to roll it. Tony says, wait, hold on. What kind of like? I thought we were like down the side of this building. What kind of like real estate do I have to stand?
well, that would be the forge area.
Yeah, I thought we were like down like the side of like here.
Yeah,
Like we go up these stairs.
Just
Yeah, I
punch
mean,
the,
I don't wanna,
the
like,
wall
squash the
inside of
walls.
the forge area.
yeah, it's between like the forge area and those set of rooms right there.
Right, cool.
I mean, you're in like probably a 8-foot wide kind of
Oh,
alleyway,
that's fine.
and it just goes right to the base of the mountain.
In that case, Tony will happily enlarge. And as he does, just turn around to her drone and say, "How much rock do you want?"
As much as you can give me.
Alright, I'm just gonna like...
Without destroying the mountain.
Okay.
Or any of the buildings nearby.
Tony calms down and carefully starts to find some like decent chunks of rock with some like decently shiny looking shines in them. Try and like pull them out of the mountain.
Okay, roll investigation.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Hadrada, you're about to get mud.
Can I...
Vaguely shiny mud.
Vaguely shiny moon.
You can like point things out to me if you want, I guess.
Yeah,
Actually,
so-
could I do that? Could I point out,
Up until that, Tony's just pulling out bits of mud off the wall, like, oh, this.
Actually,
This?
could I point out what has like precious mineral in it, or like what looks like it would have precious mineral in it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation too.
I specifically want like something like copper or something. That will be a 22.
Oh my.
I don't even
Okay.
need advantage on that, even though I should have rolled advantage.
So, you do begin kind of looking around the face of the mountain that you're at, and noticing different types of minerals, and you kind of catch on to one that's more of like copper, bronze sort of color.
Okay, I would just like to say bronze is not a natural mineral. I don't believe.
Yeah, but it's a
No, it's a-
bronzish colour.
Okay.
As far as the color goes, though, it's
The
like
tint.
yeah.
It's not the metal. You don't know what metal it is.
So it would just
He's
be
a dwarf, he's
copper
very
and
specific.
magnesium together. Or well,
You've found
assumingly.
something copperish in hue in the wall, okay?
Okay.
Try to overcomplicate it.
I won't complicate it anymore. I point out the area that looks coppery and say to Tony, a little bit of that, please.
Alright, let me get that for you, sir. And I try and grab that out of the wall with a 10.
Okay. Yeah. So you do pull out like a fairly sizable chunk of it.
It's 20 total.
Sizable, like big. Oh, also you should roll a 1d4 to add to that. Because don't you add a 1d4 to damage when you're bigger?
No, that's... I don't hold on. Look, enlarge reduces a big spell, okay?
Okay. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. How is the chunk big enough for me to hold?
Oh, I do. But oh well.
I would say it's probably bigger than you can hold.
Ooh.
Okay. So
I like cut
asked
it out to her Drada and say, "Would you like a bag for this?"
I asked him to set it in near the forge, and can I use my smith tools to get to work to try extracting some of that mineral?
I would say that those tools for this aren't really going to work.
Alrighty. Can I use magic
Can I use-
missile to try extracting it?
I was gonna say, can I
Um,
use my meaty fingers?
Roll a history check, I suppose.
Could do
Alrighty.
Arcana. For a
13.
spell.
13. Okay. So you know that to get these kind of veins of precious metal out of the stone, you do know that you're going to have to break them down into finer pieces, essentially pulverizing it, and smelt it down using a
Smelter.
like a smelting setup.
Alright.
I would pulverize.
Then you would
Hey,
have to use the forge for it.
Okay. Hey, pulverizer.
Oh, that's my new name. I'm gonna start using that. As I'm like going back towards the forge.
Yeah, I guess I should make it big, Tony.
Oh god.
Big Tony.
Is there like Is there like a bag anywhere in the forge that this mineral will fit into? Like a big Hessian sack almost? Just so when I start pulverizing it doesn't go everywhere.
Yeah, it looks like there's some old like burlap sacks.
Nice. I'll put this in a sack. So just punch it, yeah?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna continue to pulverize to the best of my ability.
Okay.
That's 20. And then just for thoroughness, +2, 22.
Okay. So, yeah, I would say that you pulverize it into much smaller pieces. Not quite like a fine dust, but I mean, you've turned it into gravel,
Yeah.
essentially.
Sizable. I bring her Drada out the bag in one hand and say, "Does this look good?" And like dump it on the floor in front of him.
Does it look good enough?
Yeah.
Okay. I will set those in the forge, put some coal in, and then use Scorching Ray to heat it.
Roll an investigation
Okay.
check real quick.
6.
F.
Okay.
Congratulations to you.
So you're trying to just put it directly in by itself and like heat it up?
No. So, I am going to...
Learning how to smithy.
I'm going to... Shush. I'm going to, put it in the coal, set it on fire, and then, is there, like, a pump anywhere? Like a, what's it called?
I want
Billow?
to pump you up.
Yeah, there is a large bellow that is hooked up to the forge.
Alrighty.
It has like wooden handles that you can like pump with your hands.
I'm going to pump it until it gets up to heat to melt copper, specifically copper, not stone.
Well, melting stone would result in lava, wouldn't it?
That would be bad.
Which copper has a fairly low melting point, I'm pretty sure.
It does, yeah.
And then
He's getting real scientific here.
and then
Stone.
I'm going to set in the I'm going to use Mage Hand to pick up the smaller pieces and start setting them into the forge and everything like that. And start setting in the bigger pieces with my hands and Mage Hand, making sure to wear big, thick leather gloves.
Okay. So yeah, roll 2 strength checks for me.
I'm just outside if you ever need some assistance.
4 and 18.
Okay, so you start to pump the bellow and get winded very quickly at first, and you kind of regain your composure and then start pumping again, and you start getting the forge heated up to the yellow color that it needs to be.
Alrighty.
Putting the small stones in, the precious metal inside of the stone begins to melt almost immediately.
Oh, and by the way, before you do that, I do put it into a what's it called? A
Crucible?
No, not
Crucible?
a mold. A crucible. Yeah.
Okay. Roll investigation to find one.
Alrighty. Nat 20.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dude.
Slick.
You do see like a relatively large crucible. It has 2 handles on either side, and it looks like maybe it's made for 2 people to pick up and move around.
Hey,
I'm the Crucible
pulverizer.
Guardian.
I lumber in through the door. Hello again, the pulverizer is here.
You fit through the door?
I'm like squat down.
Looking through the door with like one eye.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom,
Bum,
boom,
bum,
boom.
bum.
I'm like squat by the door, like,
And
hey.
then I ask if the pulverizer can put it in.
I like reach an arm through the door and pick it up. Put it in the forge.
Okay. And you get almost all of the burlap sack like into the crucible. It's like that large.
Alright, good.
Hot damn.
And you begin heating it up again, and the crucible begins to glow like a yellow, very, very hot, almost like the sun.
And as the stuff is melting, I am going to use a metal prong to sort of take out any impure elements in it, which won't melt.
Okay. So as you watch it being heated up, you can see that all of the stone and like non-meltable things begin to sink to the bottom, while the liquid hot metal kind of rises to the top.
Yes?
And after a while, it's just purely liquid metal on top without the impurities.
Nice. Okay, so
And it begins to smoke and goes from like a gray smoke to a black smoke. And
that means
it
to
seems
take it
to be very, very, very hot.
So I ask, are there any gloves that could fit onto the pulverizer?
The pulverizer is currently wearing gauntlets.
Oh yeah, he's wearing metal gauntlets, aren't you?
A giant metal gauntlets. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I ask if the
So-
pulverizer can take out the thing.
The pulverizer responds with, I'm wearing giant metal gauntlets.
That are reaching into the forge.
Yeah, that's fair.
Literally made to heat metal.
Well, yeah, I assumed it would be for like a second though, so
Yeah. Come on, man.
I don't care if
guy.
Tony burns his hands.
Yeah,
I don't want to burn
metal.
my hands.
What if it like slips out of his fingers and he ends up having to like chase it all the way to the back and just burns the shit out of himself?
Fair
What-
enough.
Can I say, I mean, I can make one and just like pull at Hadrada's cloak.
Question: would 2 mage hands be able to lift this?
Mage hand
20
can only
pounds.
lift 10 pounds, right?
Yeah. So I was wondering if Tony could use mage hand and I could use mage hand to both lift it.
I mean,
Dude,
I
it's
would-
bigger than you, and you weigh like 200 pounds.
yeah, the crucible itself is large.
Okay.
Like, almost, like, pretty much as tall as you are.
Okay.
How burnable is burlap?
Very.
Extremely burnable.
That's a shame.
Use that shit to start fires.
Hmm. You learned something new.
Got an idea.
Cool. Please share.
Hardrada is going to use Tensor's floating disc. No, that's not a good idea.
I mean, I would say that if Tony just, like, reaches in and grabs it, I mean, he'll probably be alright.
Tony, how do you feel
Alright,
about
if
sticking
I'll-
your hand into a hot forge for
I
a
mean,
few
it's-
seconds?
As long as he doesn't, like, have his hand in there for, like, minutes.
How long would
Probably-
this process have been taking them? Would you say? After collecting the metal, breaking it down, getting in the crucible, how long would you say that whole process has been taking them? That's lengthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from, like, breaking it down to it reaching its final melting point to where you are now, I would say about 35 to 40 minutes.
And it, dude, that's all right.
That's actually quite quick.
That's
Okay.
short as hell.
Yeah.
We got a magic fire. He started it with magic. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I did use Scorching Ray, so it is fairly hot.
Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna try to
fairly
help you all
safe.
out, but fuck y'all, I'm gonna keep growing my plants.
Reasonably safe is good enough for Tony, so I'll take this out.
I'm also going to use Prestidigitation to make it feel like his hands aren't burning.
I
Okay.
swear to
That's
God,
bad.
this
Don't
is-
do
this
that.
is
It will burn me, and I'll think it's fine. Oh God.
Tony, roll a
See,
dex
this,
check
this
for
is
me.
this is
Alright.
why Talia, Durgad, and Moss are going to live so much longer than the two of you.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
live longer than
right.
all of you.
So you, like, nimbly stick your
Oh.
hand into the forge and just pull it out real quick, and your gauntlet really doesn't even have time to start getting heated up.
Is there
Alright.
anything else for my lord?
Can you pour it out into? Do we have any Do we have anywhere where you'd pour out molten copper into like a mold?
I would say here, like, with the forge not being manned and kind of stuff being cleaned out, they probably took any molds that there were.
Can I take a piece of?
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Would a mold be considered a one second, let me read some stuff real quick.
As I was saying.
Can I make a mold that
Psych.
would be able to fit into my hand?
Like in what way? Just make it out of something?
I have prestidigitation, which means I can create a non-magical trinket or an illusionary image that can fit into my hand. Would it count as a trinket?
Yeah.
Made
yeah.
like a little mold.
I mean,
If I made, like, a little mold.
I would say that, like, the size of it, if you're trying to, like, make a coin or something, like, at most you could probably have, like, 4 coin molds in it, or, you know, like, maybe a single small dagger.
Okay, but how about this?
A dagger, you say?
A dagger, you said.
A copper dagger.
Can I take my like armor gauntlets that I'm no longer wearing because I have punchy gauntlets? Can I like take some of the metal from them because they grow with me because I'm enlarged with the power of Big Strong? And can I just like poke a hole like down so like the metal makes like a mold that's like finger shaped?
Finger-shaped mold. Actually, that works.
Kind of like bend it around my finger.
Less of a bar, more of a nugget.
Yeah. More,
Yeah, like just like a weird finger.
Yeah, that's fine.
Shape of
I mean,
your
that's not
fucking
gonna be anything pretty, but it'll.
Could you just
it'll
fill
work.
up the glove?
Just make a hand of metal.
Yeah, just make a hand of metal. We can destroy it later. I've got gauntlet hands now. So
Okay, and
Oh,
I'm just gonna
hands.
sit in the forge reading the.
I could snap off a finger every time you want to melt
I'm
something.
gonna read up the the Book of Frustrations.
Yes.
What does that
I'll,
do again? I remember
do the paw.
it was able to do something.
Was that the snake one?
Yeah, that was a snake one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it allows me to speak like parcel tongue or whatever
Yeah, you can.
for like a certain amount of time.
You can speak
Whenever you
legally
speak the
distinct parcel
snakes, you
tongue.
have to talk like this. It's required.
It's required.
I'm a snake.
So wait,
yeah,
what does the Book
but-
of Illustrations do?
Essentially, it just talks about like different snakes around the area. But when you read it, or not the area, but like around that have been documented within the world. But when you read it for like 8 hours, you can communicate with snakes.
Alrighty, I will start reading that, but not fully, until the metal cools.
Fryer.
The fryer.
Okay.
Waiting for my hot pocket.
And as I finish pouring, I say, anything else for me, lord?
Do you have a
Now,
pickaxe?
did you guys do like the full fill up the gauntlet, or just Tony's like finger molds?
Well, I mean, I'd like to do finger molds, but if we have leftover stuff, we could do the rest of the gauntlet. So I'll start with finger molds.
Okay.
Just like break off a finger of the gauntlet, pour that in, we got a finger.
Okay. So, let me see. What's the best way to break this down?
I also spray Pam cooking spray in it.
Yeah, if we have like some greaseproof paper.
So, I'll say out of all of that, you get what we'll call 4 copper
Fingers.
quote-unquote ingots.
Fingers.
Nice, thank you.
Finger of copper. I say, anything for my lord. In a sarcastic, why am I your servant kind of way.
And like one ingot can make either, like a small forged weapon, or roughly 25 gold,
Would you?
or 25 copper, not gold.
Yeah, because I'm like, can I turn this into gold? But I was wondering if 3 copper ingots is enough to create a small pickaxe.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
3 copper ingots and then 2 sticks down the middle.
Roll
A
a,
Minecraft joke for you, kids. Woo! We've got it in there.
roll a performance check.
Would I to see if I can make it?
Yeah, to see if you can make this.
I'll
Pickaxe.
investigation
can I
to find a
instead
crafting table.
roll my smith's tools?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm pretty sure I actually have a higher in performance than I have in my smith's tools, but whatever.
Oh my god.
16.
Okay. So yeah, you do fashion like a very crude looking pickaxe head.
And can I stick that on some sticks?
Could I just grab the pickaxe head?
Yeah, you can try to find like a good branch to affix it to.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I asked Kadrada, will you be needing the pulverizer anytime soon, or can I become Tony again?
You can become Tony again.
Thank you. And I
And
shrink back.
also, now that I have this pickaxe, here you are. And I hand him the really crude pickaxe.
Oh,
That should help you with mining
this-
and whacking people.
is this to do more of your slave labor?
Yes.
I see. I put it in my bag.
If you want, I could start working on it, but I'm not very strong.
I mean,
Why is it that
Awesome.
the only human is the slave around here? I don't like this.
How it
Full
should
reversal.
be.
ow!
As a human, I'm offended.
The robot uprising.
As a human, I don't care.
I have
You're not
no
a human, you're
idea
a half
what you're
orc.
talking about. I can't let you do that, Tony.
No, I can't let you do that.
That took entirely too long.
After
Can-
enough time of watching, I just go over here and say, yo, do you guys need help?
Nope, but I do have a pickaxe now. Or we do have
I mean-
a pickaxe now.
Tony
mean,
is just
Dirk-
like, this is what my
Dirk gets pretty
next
strong,
song's
too.
about.
Oh, hey Durgit, would you like to do some mining?
How much?
I know.
Just
Tony's
to get some
mouthing
silver.
no.
You
So
want
he's
to play some
mouthing the word
Minecraft?
no.
Wanna play some
But-
Minecraft?
Sure, I can do
can't
some mining.
You can't see he's mouthing the word no because he's got his helmet on.
You
Oh,
can
he's
just
just
see
like-
his eyes twitch slightly.
I was like sitting here like on this edge and like just like watching. It's like very amused. Like Stas has his head like laid on her
Mhm.
lap. She's like petting him, just like very amused by this all.
As soon as Durgat says yeah, sure, I say, oh great, and hand you the pickaxe and leave.
Oh, by the way, Italian, I found a secret passageway, I guess, leads into the mountain.
What?
Yeah, we found
Where
in
does
the-
this
the
secret
town.
passageway lead to, might I ask?
we didn't check out.
Inside
We
the
didn't wanna-
mountain,
yeah,
I
I
we
look
don't.
up at Talia and say, show me your secret.
we didn't really check it out because we didn't want to go all alone. We thought we'd take
Yeah.
take you with
You know,
us,
just
but
in
you
case
guys
you
were
fall into a cliff.
But you guys
Uh,
were punching the rock so nicely, so we didn't want to bother you.
Or there's a troll that lives in there.
Yeah.
May I ask which
Right.
room the
Over in the
troll that
tower.
lives in there?
Talia points at like over there in the tower. Was it right?
Yeah, it's in the bottom floor of the tower.
Yeah, the bottom floor of the.
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhere in kind of like a trapdoor. Was it trapdoor?
Yeah, it was a trapdoor.
Yeah. It's a trapdoor, and it just leads down.
And Tony, don't go there. I want to go there together because, you know, you don't know what's going to happen.
I won't. Don't worry.
There you go.
The party.
Better than mine.
I tell Durgit, if you do some mining for me, any copper you find, I'll turn into a copper dagger for you. And any silver you find, I will make into some jewelry and
Some jewelry.
yeah, so some jewelry and you know. Speaking of which, can I look for books around the area, just in general, like not
Stop
just
in
in
the
my
dirt.
What do you mean,
God, I-
speaking of which, a book isn't jewelry?
It's valuable to him.
It's
Hey,
valuable. to
Hadrada,
me,
a quick question. Is the jewelry and the daggers, are they going to look better than this pickaxe?
Yes.
Alright
Tony
then.
turns around with the most offended face you've ever seen. Like,
Insight check.
Okay, well, I guess I'll start mining.
Tony would like to go to his room.
I feel like the only reason it was crude was mostly because we used nugget finger molds and not.
Probably also the fact that you don't have any materials and you're just winging half of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
You ripped
I
them
went
out
to
of the
forge
wall.
school, excuse me.
You don't have any molds, not prepared. Don't seem like you learned too much there, son of Jim.
Okay, I'm working with what I got.
I'd like to go to my room.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that you go up to your room.
Are there any basic furnishings in my room?
Yeah, there's like an old dusty bed, and
Nice.
there's like an old wooden table, almost like a desk.
Cool. Like
Hadrada pokes
cabinets.
his head in.
Like
Books?
Like a books? No.
No, I was like poking my head into Tony's room to ask him if he had any books.
You got any fucking books?
You got any books?
Listen,
Hurry that books!
I just need one hitman, one page. That's all I need.
Just one.
And there's a not like a large, almost like dresser,
Nice.
like
No
wardrobe
shelves?
kind of. Yeah, it has like shelves and drawers.
Nice.
And
I'll go to a shelf.
like a wardrobe next to it.
I slam my door shut.
There are
You better get your
bookshelves.
head out of it.
There are bookshelves, but they're empty at the moment.
Darn.
They're gonna become statue shelves as I put my small statues I've had made by shut people in them. I'll put my little swan on this shelf.
Okay, cool.
I put my little. I have another one. Where is it?
Oh shit, I'm about to fall.
Oh, I
These are
got a
getting
little
really
fish.
intense.
I'm putting things on shelves, guys. I'll put my little fish carve on it.
Okay.
Little shelf, decorate my room a little.
We gotta go through every single figurine you have.
Yeah, every
This
single
one is my tiny fish number 3. This is Robo Donkey.
This is my limited edition one. I had this
Say,
custom made.
I know
But yeah,
too many of those people.
I'm gonna fill up my little dresser with
Okay, cool.
my knickknacks.
Sweet. So yeah, you do that, and you now have a shelf full of all the knickknacks you've collected on your journey so far.
Aww.
A,
Why
This
does
is
your
some
boss
epic
music-
music. What is this?
Yeah.
Your boss music.
Decorating shelves.
it is the most epic decorating you've ever been a part of. I will say
It's
that.
like those fucking
decorating
HGTV shows.
montage.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have epic music for a montage, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna need a montage.
How much rock material would ever do I mine with a 16 strength?
I would say that you fill up like half a bag, like half a burlap sack, which I mean is decent, you know, for just a medium-sized humanoid.
Yeah, okay. Yo, Adrada, can you do anything with this?
How much would you say? Okay, according to this, in League of Legends, it's plus 25 damage, but
Let's just Google
Jesus
all.
Christ.
Okay, but so
You just Google pickaxe.
yeah, it's on my phone. Don't worry, no one can see this. But
Like
basically,
hair.
I was wondering if I could do anything with that amount of stuffs.
With the amount that you had left.
Yes, or the amount of copper I have.
Yeah.
From
Well, because you did make the pickaxe out of some,
yeah.
so I would say because you got 4 nuggets or 4 ingots, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So you should have like 1 left because it took 3 for the pickaxe.
I give. So what did like, was it copper that Durgit got, or was it other
Yes,
stuff?
it was. Yeah, it was carpet. Or
Carpet.
Sorry.
I can't get away from the carpet, man. It
Okay,
surrounds
so,
me.
So
I was just like copy and pasting the
Put in the carpet mines.
Kazam carpet, and it just
We're
like
getting-
slipped into my mind.
We're getting way too close to my real job right now. We need to take a quick left turn.
Carpet mines.
okay, so
I wish I
Back
was
to the
joking.
carpet mine with him.
question.
I wish
So,
I was joking.
I looked up pickaxe.
Uh-huh.
Miner's
It's
pick,
not a
here we go.
weapon in 5e. It's considered an item. It's not considered
Okay.
a weapon.
Okay, so yeah, never mind then.
All you gotta do is ask, man. I know too much about this shit.
Okay, thank you. So I was wondering, with what Durgit got, can I fill up another 2 or 3 fingers?
Yeah,
Oh my.
I would say like out of that you could probably get 2 more like ingots.
Okay, I will I will do the process again, and while it's melting, I will look for books.
In the forge.
Not in the forge, just in general.
You could all.
I'm just gonna say, Durgit, just stay here and watch when it turns black smoke. Just yell.
Okay. What should I yell?
Black
Okay.
people. No. Just scream. Just scream.
Got it.
Yell. Copper.
Okay. I'm not good at yelling, but I'll try.
Okay. Can I look for books now?
Sure. Roll investigation.
Hooray! No.
Nerd.
9. Okay. You find one, but it's pretty janky looking. It's been through the weather and it's not really readable.
Alrighty, I'm gonna head back to the forge then.
Okay.
And just tell me, like, other people can do their things, but just tell me when everything's ready, and I'm gonna have Durgit help me take out everything. Give them
Okay.
one glove, give me one glove, and then we can just both pick it up and then we'll put it out.
Okay. So at the moment, what is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna take my glaive, I'm gonna hang it up on the wall for them good memories it gave me when I used a glaive.
Okay.
The glaive Urimir enchanted for me, it's going on my wall. There's like a hanging, like, art piece.
So you can remember your
Look, I
boyfriend.
don't,
Did you say a hanging heart piece?
Just a
Right.
fucking heart stapled to the wall.
Just like scratched at the side of the wall. It's like,
Also, do you want to hang up Tomlin's sword?
oh, Tomlin's sword's going somewhere special.
Oh,
Right
okay.
up his
Right
ass.
up.
Can I write like
I was just
a
about to say
little
that.
note with a little description for it? This is the sort of a dickhead.
If everyone else is just like waiting on this metal, can I ask where are the facilities in this area?
The Tomlin sword goes into the living room over like a fireplace
No,
or something.
it's going in the toilet. It's gonna hang there while I'm taking a piss, and I'll look at that and be like, yeah, fuck you.
That sword looks really dope. Do you know how much money you can get out of this?
Yes, and I'll get infinitely more satisfaction.
So,
So-
the facilities.
Do I have an ensuite?
I feel like the facilities would be in the 3 section.
Right.
It's this little one next to the tower.
Right? I don't know
So,
if you
like-
want it like at the top of everyone's rooms and stuff. But
Right at the top, leaks into everyone's ceiling.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna.
Maybe in
Yeah,
here.
empty the bucket.
This little thing right here, maybe the little alcove.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest like here.
And most
Actually,
can use
that
it
does
as
sort of look like an
fertilizer.
outhouse.
Maybe this little 5 room is the outhouse.
That's my house. Fuck off.
Moss can use it for
Keep spider
fertilizer.
me. Alright, so this can be the outhouse.
It's composting.
Already claimed it. Compost somewhere else, fuckers.
Alright, there's the outhouse.
I
and
don't
I'm
need
just gonna-
compost. I'm literally magical.
I'm gonna go in there, find one of the stone walls, and just hang the sword up on the wall.
Okay.
Using those little non-stick hooks.
Yeah, yeah. Those,
Got
those
some
ones you can get,
command
like,
strips.
little. We use some double-sided tape.
Great. Now it's wasted and
It's
will
not
get
wasted.
dirty. It will get dirty. Literally just hangs out and fucking
Right.
open.
It won't get dirty. I've not put it in the toilet. It's hanging up above the toilet.
Yeah, but
As
it'll
Ollie,
get-
not Moss,
it'll get
Ollie would get so
dusty.
much satisfaction pissing onto a sword that's
Yeah.
in the toilet. That'd be so badass. Are you kidding me? A mad Moss can't piss for this exact reason.
It's hanging in the toilet, so you can look at a piece of shit. Or having a shit.
Nice.
I still
Right.
want to sell it.
Or not. So it's.
It's too
It-
precious to sell.
See, I will happily buy it from you, even though it's mine.
as you walk through the courtyard and like on your way
500
to
gold,
there,
take it or leave it.
It's mine.
It's
I see Moss
ours.
just sitting there like
We fought
grown
about
over.
it.
I will beat you to death. It is mine.
He will.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Tony, without us, you'd be fucking dead right now, so...
Yes. And if you sell this sword, you will be.
Bold of you to assume that I will fight you head on, not just disappear. You can track me down.
Look. That's okay. Fair enough. But no. Also, I don't have a single penny to my name.
That's
Just
also
give me
your
this-
problem.
Just give me this one piece of satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Okay, good. No.
So yeah, what is everybody else doing?
For the
Talia
sake
has,
of
like,
it, can we say
cleaning
8 hours
whatever.
passed?
I'm furiously discussing with Tony.
Talia's furiously cleaning, like the whole thing, like everywhere she can, like everything she can get her hands on, she's gonna clean it. She wants-
Okay.
You know, she's very passionate about this place. This is her
Okay.
newest project now.
Okay, so Hadrada, I would say that your medal is finished.
Hooray.
Okay, I scream.
I'm already in the forge.
Okay. I thought it was the
You still scream.
Yeah, you told him to scream. I don't know what you expected.
Them.
Um,
Them. He said him for Durga.
No, he said M.
I said M. Sorry,
Ah.
M.
Sound like him. So.
I was leaning
I'm-
back in my chair. No, it was them, but I'm from the south, so I said M.
Ah, okay.
get
I'm
him.
from Germany.
Um,
What music? What the fuck?
so,
This is a godly creation.
I'm trying to find some good music for this.
Some forging music.
there is actually forging music. I would just like to say that. Continuing.
Also, it's pirate shanties.
It's called heavy metal.
It's called
There
heavy
you
metal,
go.
yeah.
I just need to
so-
put on the metal version of I'm a Dwarf.
I am a dwarf and I'm
I'm forging a
Dino.
pickaxe.
Okay, so let's just pour that into the fingers.
Okay. So
Me
yeah,
and Durg it together.
Pull it in the fingers.
so yeah, you get roughly like
Fuck.
we'll say 3 ingots this time.
Yay. And I'm going to forge one of them into a dagger, like a small dagger.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Use your smithing tools.
Hooray. I should just have this on strength always.
Probably. Oh yeah, easily enough. You forge the copper into a small dagger.
How good
Nice.
is it?
I mean, it's pretty good
Yay.
for what you're working with. I mean, it's pretty good.
Hooray. I hand the dagger to Durgit and say, "Here you are, my good sir, ma'am, thing,
Captain.
My
captain."
good work.
Captain. Captain!
Got him.
Captain, I'm in.
Hadrada, I appreciate you trying. Don't call me Thing, please.
All right, Tomlin.
Can I put the copper dagger into my haversack without it disappearing?
It's not made out of organic material, is it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, in the haversack it goes. You know, I'm thinking if I put a fuck ton of weapon inside of there and turn it inside out in someone's face, technically that should do a shit ton of damage.
Well, I
Just
mean,
pour
they can
daggers
come
all
out
over
bottom
someone.
first. They're not guaranteed to come out knife first.
That's at least improvised weapon 1d4 bludgeoning.
That's
Just
also
pour
fair.
daggers all over someone. It's like broken
That's
glass.
a really good torture technique. Give you that.
Well, yeah, they have to get out of there too, so. Bit more
Daggers
than
do
two.
1d4 anyway, so.
For the sake of it, can we say Moss sat there for 8 hours and finished up his plant growth?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Does it look, if I were to take a moment and inspect all the plants, I'm not assuming they'd be fully grown or anything, but can I see if, at the very least, they will be strong enough to survive an extended period after taking like a giant nature spell, at the very least, even with the harsh environment?
Yeah.
I want to make sure they'll be okay, even if we leave.
Yeah, I would say so. They are pretty like small and delicate plants at this point.
Yeah, they just started. The baby's just starting growing.
So they would need some like a pretty attentive care to watering and just general maintaining.
But so that was the question. So the goal of the plant growth was to see if they could go an extended period without as being pumped with magical goodness.
Okay. Well, I would say the
That's the
best
goal.
way to find out is to just
I roll some.
let it ride.
Alright, shit. Like, could I see some just so I can Moss being very just making sure you like pat down and get close. He wants to make sure that these guys aren't gonna. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to just abandon them, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, at this point, I mean, it looks like it has taken and things are starting to grow. So
Alright.
it's
Yeah, so
a
then I
positive
would-
sign so far.
With that, Moss will just do what he said before, where he's going to take all the control water and just do a nice spread around, nice drizzle. He's not going to drown them, of course, but just make sure everyone's got a good bit of water, do all that. When he wakes up in the morning, turn the soil that they're in into better ground, hopefully. He's got to do a sleep for that, so that's not important. One thing I did look up was that all I have to do is spend an action. So does that mean during that time, while I was sitting there waiting, could I have also been reading that book on the Feywild that I found? Do a little research while I was doing.
Yeah, that's fine.
I need to roll anything about that. What do I learn about the Feywild? Like what? I guess Moss actually wouldn't even know what the hell that is.
Right. So roll a intelligence check.
Time. I'm gonna hit myself with some guidance as I start reading, and give myself an extra D4 with it. That's 15 plus. Hey, 19.
19. Okay, cool. So, basically, like reading through this book, you discover that the Feywild is almost like an echo of the material plane, the plane that you're currently on. It is also seen as a place of unusually potent magic. And you know that the Feywild is separated by borders that cut it off from the material plane. So it's very hard to get back and forth between them unless you have some special way of doing it yourself, or you find gaps within those barriers.
Just it exists as a separate plane, where a completely separate plane of existence where magic is especially potent. Does it say what kind of magic?
It doesn't specify.
Just that magic in general is stronger there.
Yeah.
All right.
You keep reading further, and it starts talking about beings known as Eladrin.
Eladrin. Can you spell that for me?
Eladrin.
All right. Tell me more.
They are what could be considered like the non-Feywild removed version of elves. Most elves are Fey descendant, but these are essentially what the elves would have been had they not left the Feywilds.
So not the original, more of the split evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
Split evolution.
Like monkey to man.
It also goes on to state common, well, maybe not common, but or semi-common creatures that can be found that originate from the Feywild, which would include, there's an article about hags, just an entire article about them, and goblinoids, ogres, even giants.
Hags, goblins, orcs, ogres, giants. Does it go into any other? Does it like talk about specific types of giants, or just giants as a whole?
Just giants as a whole.
All right. Going through back book on Feywild, Embrace. Got it. That Eladrin talking about split evolution. How old? Could I gauge how old this book was roughly?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Yes. God, I love it. Say that to me. 16. Those.
This book looks fairly old, given kind of the rough condition of the outer cover looks like and how worn the pages are. It seems like it's pretty old, maybe 50 to 100 years.
50 to 100 years old, all right. Going through, does it look like anyone had like taken any notes, ripped any pages out? Does it look like it's all there?
No, it seems like it's intact.
All right.
Yeah.
Separate plane. Echo of material.
And this is just kind of a generalization of like what you get through. You can always take a read of it later on. And see.
Yeah. No, he's definitely going to keep referencing back to it. He just wants to, as he's going through doing all this. Does it talk about any I don't know, any plants or anything? Anything like that?
Let's see. Go ahead and roll another intelligence check.
I hit myself with another guidance. Get another D4 in there.
Let's see. 13,
17.
17.
Been real lucky with these D4s.
So it does have like a small section of fauna. You see like a crude illustration of a flower that almost seems like a large bell hanging off of a viney sort of stalk. And next to it is called a passion bell.
Passion bell.
And it almost seems like there was just like an aura drawn around it, kind of in like, you know, that simple sketched kind of way.
As if it was giving off light, or as if it was giving off a type of energy?
It's hard to tell.
Hmm. Is that the only flora I can pull out of that, or is there any like does it go into like a gen? I'm looking more for like a general vibe. Does it match up with the plant life here, or is it like?
No, it is compared to how the plant life looks on this plane. It looks almost alien and otherworldly.
So if I were to, with that, if they're like little illustrations of plants or anything, would Moss be able to like make a comparison between that and just try to take note of that and the things that he's seen himself grow, not only just the moss around him, but like while he was working for the Sultan, when he was doing all that, seeing that his the things he created not really matching up with his surroundings. Would he be able to make that connection? Or
yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah. There are some things that look recognizable, you know, like you do recognize like mushrooms. It seems like they have their large trees, almost resembling palm trees, but different in some ways too. Like there's things that seem familiar but also foreign as well.
Familiar but foreign. Is there does this shake anything loose reading so much about this place? Is there anything, just if he thinks back as deep as he can with his mind, just back to that moment when he arrived in the forest the first time, does anything come up?
I would say yes. You do get like almost like a slight flash of an image. And it just looks like a very lush, overgrown kind of jungle-looking area, but slightly different from the jungle that you arrived in. There's like almost primordial-looking fern, like fern bushes and fern trees, and large, broad-leafed looking trees that have very odd-looking, almost razor-shaped leaves on them. Again, familiar, but also foreign.
Familiar but foreign. And Moss is going to take a lot of time to think about that, and then I guess we were going to talk about it, but now having that image flash into his mind, the general goal of what he's trying to do with that plant growth and all those seeds is going to be to try to make these guys grow and overgrow as much as possible to kind of replicate that that image that he saw in his mind there.
Okay.
Vision from reading.
Yeah, cool.
God damn it. Fucking God, this is sick. So cool. I love D&D. And so, I guess during all that, everyone's just kind of running around doing all their stuff while Moss was reading his book and growing his plants. And I guess at that point, after the travel and then doing all that, at this point, it's probably getting pretty late. So Moss would just druid craft a couple, a good bit of sticks and twigs, and just like in an open spot that he left in the middle of the courtyard, probably right around where he's sitting, because that's where he wouldn't have planted, because that's where he was sitting. pull out a bunch of sticks, put as much as he can, quick produce flame, go there, just get a tiny little bonfire going. And thinking back to that moment, and thinking back to when he first arrived at the Sultan's castle, reach into his small bag and pull out, if anyone's out in the courtyard, they'd be seeing this. He pulls out this viol or viola, whatever they like to use viol because it's old timey. But it's this viol. It's very overgrown, lots of little twigs and plants growing off of it. It looks like it shouldn't work. It's very, very messy. But he pulls that out and pulls out his bow, and sitting at this campfire watching everyone go around, would just slowly begin to play one of the songs that he has no idea how he knows, but just slowly begins to play his viola in the courtyard, surrounded by the plants that are slowly growing, sitting in front of the campfire.
Okay. Roll a performance check.
Nat 1.
Advantage. Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Get the fuck out of here. Talk shit, get hit. Advantage because of my viol.
Yeah, and the notes you're playing are very, very good. It's not like for a machine, one would almost think that you would be too mechanical to play something so like soulful. But what you're playing, it sounds very good, and it's kind of odd, like how a machine could play something like that, or what would be essentially a machine, you know.
No, it's a machine. That's right. That's what he is.
Tony's gonna shout on his balcony. He would like pour himself a light drink, but he does only have a huge barrel of rum, so he's gonna like awkwardly sit there with that on like the side and just kind of like look over the courtyard as everything's growing, and just like kind of toast himself quietly.
Would I hear
It's
it
like
in my
a-
room?
Oh, look at Moss.
Roll a perception check.
He's playing loud.
Would I
Just
hear
like-
this?
18.
Also roll a perception check.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah, I would say all of you would hear this.
Perfect
This.
fucking
You can hear it
soundtrack, by
now.
the way, Mike. Perfect fucking sound.
Roll
Um,
perception check too.
But yeah, all of you can hear this, and all of you can see Moss sitting at the bonfire in the courtyard.
Oh.
Small bits of green starting to grow in the vicinity.
I don't
I
like
join
get too
him.
close, but like you know, I keep my distance, but like I'm there.
As you do, one of the plants like attacks you.
They're gonna be like, oh, it grows up near your leg, all like warm and cute. It starts biting your foot off.
I do have spells for that, but not right now. That's for later.
For later.
Talia starts to play a lyre.
Okay.
Do
Roll
it.
a performance check.
And I assist with my nat 20.
I would say so, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a. Oh.
23. Hell yeah.
Fucking 12 in performance.
Good thing you had that assistance.
Yeah.
I love that we got the exact same roll too. Same
Mhm.
number.
I'm just imagining with a one, like, you start playing until he's like, oh, I'm gonna join in, just like, takes out the instrument and then just goes, disrespectful to Roberts.
Yeah, and Talia begins playing a accompaniment to it as well. And
Ardrada?
the music kind of
No,
Echo.
yeah,
Don't
that's not
sing.
good.
music kind of begins to echo within the small
Ardrada tries-
outcropping.
Yeah,
that the,
just so you guys would know,
then-
the shaping of these buildings, the reverb in here would be fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god.
it'd be like
Ardrada
Red Rock
starts-
Amphitheater.
Exactly. You know
Colorado.
Yes, you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about.
Hardrada's gonna use prestidigitation to create sparks out of his hands.
I was about to say Dragonite tries to start singing, but while he like opens his mouth, Talia hits him with her lyre on his head, and then just starts continues playing.
He's adding lighting effects. As the spark starts, while Moss is playing, he'd along with the sparks, a soft snowfall would start to fall as well.
Nice.
Honestly, at first when the music started playing, I thought it was Talia, but like after Talia started playing, I looked out my window and like, the fuck? And I see all of you guys down there, and I just start banging my way down. Hello.
We're just all vibing.
Hello. I'm here.
How do you guys get such
I'm
straight
looking
lines?
down at you from a balcony like, nah, you doing?
You're looking down on them?
Yeah, I'm having a quiet drink to myself up here. I'm like looking at the pretty scenery. With everyone having fun.
Like, just I don't know. Spas is off doing his own thing, I think.
Yeah.
Tony's the DBEG. Just plotting how to destroy you.
Not in like a sinister way.
Spas,
Wait. Tony isn't getting an aneurysm because of the magic snow in the desert.
Fuck! Tony's like, what the fuck? It's like he's got his little teacup of rum there, he's like sat in it like a snowflake falls in it, he's like...
What is the range on Druidcraft actually? I don't know if it'd reach you all the way up there. No, it's
You
only
would still
30
see it,
feet.
though.
It's just, yeah, you'd see it, but it's just a little circle around us, just 30 feet.
You're not.
If you like ever glance up at Tony's building, he's there with his hands out like binoculars trying to look down.
Well, as you can see, he's around 30 feet away.
Yeah, it's not to
like,
scale.
up, so...
It is definitely to scale.
Imagine
Captain
just-
literal.
Imagine just the beautiful music playing and someone in the background just yelling, "What the fuck?"
Holy shit!
Yeah, if this was to scale, this would be like a Hobbit fortress.
What the fuck?
Okay, who's going to check on Tony?
I guess
Stop,
I
I'm
stop.
will.
gonna need to say that again, my headphones are off.
Stas randomly appears up
Um.
over on Tony's belt.
And you see Spaz just blinking, like kind of behind you, and just hear like the heavy breathing.
I'll put my arm around him. He's a big cute dog.
So be like
Getting a
the
blink
outside
dog,
of your
says
helmet.
Tony.
Tony's like one of those
Give him a
dads
scruff
who's
on the
like,
head.
Tony's like one of those dads where it's like, we're not getting a cat, and then it's the one who has the best relationship with the cat.
You know, can I take my trident and just like hurl it as far as I can?
Why?
Sure.
Cause he's gonna fetch it.
No!
Throw it into the desert.
No!
Yeah. It's got a tiny
Don't
weapon. I can put it back if I want. It's fine.
No.
But
I'm just
yeah.
gonna yeet it as far as I can.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Roll
be
a
like-
strength check.
Wait.
If it lands in my room, I'm keeping it.
No, I like
We're
it's
just, like,
going like out this way.
We just
okay.
have like a very peaceful moment, and then suddenly you hear like a
I'm playing with the
and
dog,
then
okay?
Tony's trident is like flying over our heads.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
When Moss sees Tony go to strange it, he switches up the music and from going from like a soft soothing suddenly picks up into more of like a dun 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 dun
Just playing fetch with a dog. Calm down.
Gotta have some good music. There you go.
Yeah, and the trident goes probably like 10 feet out of like the main
Just
wall.
flops off the balcony.
Hangs on a rock and like falls and I'm like, ah.
I mean, I think Stas would still fetch it because he's a good boy.
Yeah, it just like goes off the main wall that you're like looking over and just kind of, yeah. It falls more than being thrown.
No.
Like slips out of your hands and clinks down onto the ground.
I'm sorry, Spaz. I'll try that again.
No, you throw it with a lot of force, but then it just like stops and then falls.
It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon where it just stops midair, looks down, looks at the camera, and then falls.
Invisible wall, a glitch in the Matrix.
I'll recall it and give it a bit more welly then.
Okay.
Never mind. What are these rolls?
Well, technically it's a bit more.
Yeah, it goes
It
a
goes
little bit
6
further.
feet
Okay,
this time.
I'll recall it again and give it a lot more, Welly. What?
Well, these rolls, man.
I'm good at strength.
Are you okay?
This is a thing I'm good at.
Makes
Right.
himself big just to yeet it harder.
Yeah, like this time it goes a little bit further.
I will. Right. So I'm going to Peerless Athlete with one of my divine senses to give me advantage on strength check.
God damn.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw this damn sphere.
14!
What?
It doesn't
It makes
even
it
on the
just-
balcony.
It makes it just to like the inside wall. Like
Right,
the,
I'm
like the
recalling that.
inside like main
Right.
wall.
Spaz, this is the one. Alright.
Spaz keeps trying to go, but you keep calling
This is
it
the
back
one.
before he
No.
goes.
I've got to give him a good one.
Hey!
Throw it.
Okay. Yeah, this time it goes out of like the perimeter wall and goes like a pretty good distance into the darkness.
That's like, boom. And then like, it's like, boom, boom. Like,
Like, just like lands with a skid back on the roof.
Do you guys know this like really loud sound that jets make when they're like going really really fast? Something like that can be heard down there. It's like
Sonic boom.
Just jumping around.
Yeah. I imagine every other time it's not because I threw it back, it's because he caught it in midair before it got anywhere and like came back.
He just blinks into the air,
good at
snags it, and
catching it.
blinks back. My dog's like that, dude. I try to throw that shit, he jumps in front of me.
He's just that good at catching.
But now, seeing Tony die down, Moss would switch it back to a slower, more comfortable, some talking music.
Talking.
As we take a moment to ourselves for the first time since we have all known each other.
yeah.
I'll come step down from the balcony. Hello.
Hi.
Perfect.
Finally, he comes down.
So Tony, have you recovered from your aneurysm?
Tony comes down, he's like got one of his hands on his like shoulders, he's like stretching his arm, and I'm like, I don't know, I mean, I've had like a teacup of rum, it might be that.
A teacup of rum.
It
the only
seems
drinking
nature
vessel.
allows me to control it a bit. I apologize if it strains you.
So you're gonna say, it seems life finds a way.
Life finds a way.
It's away. Jeff Goldblum walks up.
This is like the perfect moment to just like to everyone just opening up to their tragic backstories.
It's almost like I planned this.
So
Moss just takes a
sorry.
moment, just continues playing, and he'll trail off after a while just to enjoy the company, but vibes. And just you see
Sky
him,
is just like, oh yeah, like strumming her lyre, but it's just like not really playing a melody, just like kind of, you know.
Journal strum.
Noodling around.
Yeah, someone else is a bad kid.
Can I ask, is there any like just piles of logs anywhere, like spare wood?
Moss makes another stick of wood and tosses it into the fire.
No, like a big, like log.
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 Look in the desert for some logs.
Yeah, log I would say not, but there is like some
Like
old
pre-cut
timbers.
wood. It was like, yeah, that's
I'll
what
like
that's
see if they left
Some
any.
old timbers like
We
from
can burn this
building.
ladder.
Right, big
No.
enough to sit on.
Yeah, let's burn the ladder. Get rid of it.
It's on the ground. It's literally useless.
They
I
like-
would. It's like a 4x6. I mean, it's not like.
Yeah. Can I make a chair? Can I make a bench?
Do you have carpenter's tools?
No.
I have smith's tools. I can make a metal folding chair.
I have patience, and I've made a house of cards before.
Roll a performance check.
Also, a second question.
Oh,
When did
I
I get
could
72
attempt
hit
this.
points?
What's that?
I don't know.
When did I get 72 hit points? What's wrong with my character sheet?
I don't know. What
What do you do to it?
Well,
I
I mean, we did level.
yeah, I used the character mancer.
Oh, yeah, that's
uh.
probably why. It's a character mancer, man. Never do character mancer.
Oh. I'll attempt. Oh, 13.
Okay. Yeah, you make a really crude like bench, but it's sittable. It kind
I
of
think
wobbles.
being a bench with a lot of character.
It wobbles a bit, but I mean, it's decent enough.
It's just like a stack of wood that's like conveniently like sitting height.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like nailed together or anything.
While seeing Tony doing that, would take a minute to cast a stone shape, and out of the ground underneath everyone, just these little stumps, the exact mirrors of what Tony made, but out of exactly what Tony made, but out of rock, just comes out of the ground underneath everyone, gives everyone a seat around the fire.
To be clear, I haven't made anything. It's
Or
a
you
pile
just
of
sat it
wood.
down. You just put down some. I thought you just put down like a log and fashioned it.
No, I took a pile of wood and I put it on the floor and I sat on the pile of wood.
So some stumps made out of stone, but they look like stumps of trees come out of the ground underneath everyone. Then.
Okay, cool.
I look over at Moss and say, although that was a brilliant gesture, you had to wait until after I got the stump, didn't you?
Moss makes one more appear underneath you.
I guess I'll go put this back then. Pick up the stump, walk. But thank you.
Magic
Sit
is
down.
fickle. I'm still learning.
It's a fickle mistress.
I can't
Magic's
stay
a
by you.
page.
It's very out of character for Moss.
His voice drops 6 octaves.
Takes a
No.
draw on your cigar. I used to know magic. What a bitch.
You know, magic.
Ooh.
No. The Moss is just looking through the group. He's like,
All of his eye plates just go red.
they all tighten super tight.
Takes off his cowboy hat.
So Moss just takes a minute to look across the
Design.
group. I haven't had a chance to properly thank you all for allowing me to travel with you.
Of course.
It seems we have stayed rather busy, and I just wish to show my thanks. And he gives like a bow within his chair.
I'm
As-
going to be honest, we should be thanking you because
I was gonna say, as Moss was
A
saying
lot of
that,
that.
Tony stood up and just like slowly walks over as you're saying that and just gives you a big cuddle.
Aww. Group hug and tell you all the
Oh god.
Group hug.
Go on, Hijano. Group hug.
What? No.
Everyone's
That's
just
just
crowding
Tony
around
lets go
Moss.
and walks over to Hadrada. Do I have to make this strength check to grapple or can I pick him up regardless?
Depends
I
if
mean,
he's resisting.
Do you stop the hug, Hadrada?
I guess not.
I barrel him up in one arm and I bring him over to the group hug.
Okay.
I just lean down a bit so I can. Okay, there he goes. So I can hug Hadrada better.
With
You
my
two
other
shuffle
hand,
Moss.
I've like used my finger to like push up a smile on his face, like you will enjoy yourself. This is a heartwarming moment.
And you're all just group hugging like around the fire.
Oh,
Whoa,
God.
Jesus,
What the fuck?
what is that?
that's Cord being an asshole.
I
No,
put
it's
Corin
not. I'm
down.
not sure what you're talking about.
I go sit down back on my log.
Okay.
This is the most wholesome session we had yet.
Yeah.
Until
and
you
everyone in
hear
Wintervale's
wings flapping
dying.
above. No, I'm just
I'm
Hydrata's
Not
on
sure.
fire.
just jumps into it.
Yeah, he
I'm-
just jumps into it. He has hellish resistance. Screw you. I mean, I know that doesn't mean I'm immune to fire, but still.
Just halves. Tieflings are fun. But so Moss takes a moment to look across you. I'm not sure who or what or where I am fully, but I'm glad that I found the Sultan, and I am glad he allowed me to help you all.
Tony says, I know exactly who you are. You're Moss. You helped us at war recently. You're You're one of the team.
At that, you kind of see when you say that, Moss kind of like you see an uncomfortable shift almost, a movement you hadn't quite said before, especially when you say war.
Hey,
There,
Moss, everything's alright.
Weaver's is better. Your Moss, you just recently helped us a ton. You just recently brought 2 people back to life.
Moss just kind of
You're
looks
part of
down
the
at his
family.
chest and like wipes off the chunks of moss on his chest, revealing the writing in Celestial again. I want to learn more of what I truly am. I believe I should tell you everything. And Moss takes a moment, and you see him kind of look down for a moment, reading across his chest. Never being able to understand it before, but now, like, properly being able to read that it reads out Machina Sylvam. It's like,
Okay.
I awoke within the forests outside of Plaixula. The Sultan found me and took me in. I couldn't communicate, couldn't speak, couldn't exist. They thought I was a monster, but the Sultan allowed me to stay and gave me a place for a while. That was 6 months ago. Everything before that, and he just kind of knocks on his head. There isn't much. There isn't anything until, and then he knocks on his chest. I have lots of questions. I hope I can find them with this group. But, and then turns to Durgat. First, we must ensure safety in Wintervale. And he gives a soft bow to Durgat. I thank you for allowing us a moment of respite. I wanted to be truthful with all of you. I did not want secrets between us. It kind of takes a moment, scans across the group.
Oh, it's just like kind of nodding along while he's talking. Just like, I appreciate that you trust us enough to tell us all of this. And I'm sure we can find out who you were before you woke up in the forests of Ufudar. I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out together.
I certainly hope so.
We'll make sure of it.
Moss nods. But, although I know who you are, and I have fought alongside all of you, I know very little, and I wish to know more about my friends. A slow turn across the group.
Tony stands up and says, "This sounds like a dinner story," and invites you all to stand and speak as I pull out my hat and pot. And while you're all
Oh,
giving
no.
your little stories, I'll be doing some cooking.
Please don't give your story with the hat on.
It depends
love
how
you.
quickly we get to it, okay?
Oh, you're up first.
No!
No! I will go
I
first.
was
I won't
in a
do
moment.
As he's telling his story. Trying to see if I'd
Like-
create or destroy food, but it doesn't look, or create food, but it doesn't look like I do.
Created
Tony has
great
created
food.
food with his
Destroying food's
chef
all
power.
eaten.
It does have the material components of raw food, though.
And
So.
cocaine.
Okay, yeah, and the cook.
Every chef.
Talia's like, oh, I want to start. Okay, so, you know my name, but I'm Talia from Esdale. More specifically, let me look at the map.
Don't sound too upset about it, Dean.
I'm telling you, from Esdell. Let me look at the map.
Shut up.
I mean, Talia probably pulls out a map and tries to point the location.
So it's
Just,
like,
uh,
wait, just like.
it's
where am I
difficult to
from again?
find the light.
I'm just gonna. I don't know. I think I said. How do you pronounce the main city in Estelle? Like,
Doitsu.
Airma.
Oh.
thank you. I'm from Ermar, which is the main city in Estelle, and I am from a rather rich, noble family, which is not something I'm very proud of. My parents are kind of stuck up. Most of the rest of my family is pretty chill. I spent most of my time with my aunt and my uncle, and my grandma. So my uncle's mother and my aunt is the sister of my mother. So and they were all very, very chill. They always let me do what I wanted to do. Not my parents though. They wanted me to be their little princess or whatever. And they they often try to be like, hey, how about this very rich gentleman, huh? How about you marry him? Every time I was like, no, I don't want to. But then I met this very beautiful dark elf who was in the army when I met her. Her name is Azia. She's the prettiest girl in the whole world. And
Wait, wasn't Asia your raven?
Pretty sure
thingy?
Azia is your name of your bird.
sorry.
But there's why'd you go Russian?
Ugh. They have. Well. Fuck. They have a similar name.
It would have
because-
been really cute if you named your raven after her.
You know
It's
what?
it's Ezia.
Yeah. See, this is very similar.
Ezia.
Ezia. She's the prettiest girl in the whole world.
Insight check.
She's 100%
You talking shit? Is she prettiest? Does she believe she's the prettiest in the world?
There's a difference between lying and being wrong.
No. Moss is reading her intentions, trying to see if she's being truthful throughout this whole story.
She's just the prettiest girl in the whole world, and I love her a lot. But
The entire time you're saying this to Moss. Moss is just kind of staring at you, his body and face unmoving, but all of his eyes individually at different rates are kind of zooming in and watching you. Not as like an inspection, but just like pure intent and focus on you as you're telling your story.
Talia doesn't really notice because right now she's just being like, oh, my girlfriend is the best. Yeah, we were dating for the longest time until my parents and her parents, for that matter, found out and they were trying to send her away from me. But she ran away, but I never got to say goodbye to her, so I didn't know where she went. And a year after that, I also ran away. I joined some sailors, and I've been sailing for the last 8 years, until I stranded over on Aeothar. I met this lovely band here, and she gestures to everyone. And really, the whole time I've just been trying to find her, but I don't know where she went. But I now know that she's apparently back in Estelle, so that's why I want to go as soon as possible. But we need to go to Wintervale next to save Durgat's town.
Moss just nods. I believe it may be in the realm of possibilities for me to seek them out. I cannot right now, but it seems recently I've developed many new abilities beyond just, and then turns to Tony, what I did for you and the Sultan.
And I thank you.
But, and turns back to Talia, if you'd like, not tomorrow, but the next day, I will be able to receive them if you wish.
That would be great.
He just nods and bows softly. I thank you, Talia of Esdell. and then turns to whoever starts talking next.
That ain't me. I'm French.
And who is talking next?
Well, it's just okay. Tell
I
us,
just
okay, do we have
awkwardly-
to?
Yes.
Do we have to hand the imaginary talking stick over to someone? No, do I have to?
The
shove this
talking
onto
stick is Moss's 6 eyes.
someone?
You know, fine.
This
Moss
is a
snap.
safe environment to share
Mo-
your ideas.
Moss's eyes snap over to Durgit. I choose now, fuckers.
I choose you.
No one wants to take the initiative. I'll jump in.
At first, I just look around. It's like, okay. Well, you already know I'm Durgit. I'm from Wintervale, and my mother is a human. She's also a wizard. According to her, she's always been like interested in magic. Yeah, she actually want me to become a wizard at first, but I'm not really all that great at reading. You know, every time I try it, it's like I can read, but it takes a really long time. You know, the words and letters are just blending together. It's like suddenly there are different letters there. Apparently, not everyone has that problem, so yeah. Even though my mom wasn't really all that poor, not being able to work for a while because I was there, did kind of weigh us down. So we didn't really have a lot of money after a while. I actually started stealing stuff pretty early on. So if you want an innocent person, that's not me. To be fair, it's a surprise I'm not in jail right now. Someone else is because of me, though.
To be fair, no life is truly innocent. To live is to take from the world.
True. Anyway, I started stealing some food, eventually also like gold from people and some jewelry. I can't pronounce that word. Then I stole from the wrong person, or, well, I should say right person, because that guy worked for the Thieves Guild, and he's still my boss to this day. And he basically gave me a good opportunity to get a lot of money. My mother didn't really like that at first, because she really cares a lot about me, and she wants me to be safe, but she kind of had to accept it. And yeah, about a year ago, the Thieves Guild gave me the mission to essentially spy on a pirate group, and that's how we got to Vudar, or, well, Sentinel Isles first, and then took a ship to Vudar. Yeah. Also, something that's apparently kind of odd is I don't really know my last name. Actually, I don't really know a lot about my mother anyway. She is really quiet about her past. I know she's from Stonegrove, but that's about it.
That is fair. As I said, I don't know much of my past either. But the past can be important. But what is more important is what we do now.
Cheers to that.
Snap turns to Corin. Or Hydrata.
Hydrata.
So, when I was a wee lad in the land of Finnavar, my parents desired that I became a smith or a miner to help with the dwarven war machine. Although I wished only to learn magic to gain control over the world around me, my parents forced me into a smithing school while I practiced magic in secret. And one day during school, a band of bandits stole a relic from my family. And then I became more dedicated towards my practices, hoping to one day reclaim the relic for the honor of my family. One day while practicing magic, I had a vision. I saw elves with my family's relics. I was enraged by this, and I ran away towards Eddsdale to reclaim what was rightfully mine. During this time, I was on a ship. I stowed away, I guess. Or maybe I bought it. I don't know. I was part of a rich family. But
What do you mean you don't know?
I imagine he's trying to like coyly play it off like he said I stirred away and then realizes that's illegal and was like, I don't know, maybe I bought it, I don't remember.
Exactly. And then I say, then my ship crashed and I landed in Aeothar, and I traveled to the forest where I met was it Durgit or Talia first?
At first, Talia, I think.
Yeah, I think it was
Talia.
Talia first. Where I met Talia, and then we met Durgit and
Hey,
Tony.
weren't you guys like hunted down by like a hawk or something, and I saved your ass?
No, we were being hunted by
No.
wolves
2 wolves.
that almost
I
killed
wasn't
us.
there, I don't know.
That never happened.
And
Oh,
then
that most certainly did happen.
No, that never happened.
and we sometime while I was going towards sometime in Wintervale, I'm not sure when, I became possessed by a great deity by the name of Korn. He is very malicious. He forced me to do unimaginable things I can't exactly disclose or remember very well. And I ended up attacking my friends, and
We beat your ass. You can admit that.
Tony turned me into a punching bag.
So he gives a big flex with one arm while he holds the pen with the other.
What
And-
was the relic of your family so important that you'd leave home?
It was a powerful magical relic. It was. It's interesting to say the least.
Elaborate, good sir.
Basically, it is a. By the way, I would just like to ask: are we going with the with what we were talking about, Mike? With what the relic should be?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so it was a sort of pocket dimension.
How does one steal a dimension?
It's encased in a crystal ball.
Tony has completely stopped cooking and is what? Oh, what?
It's not a crystal ball. It's a metallic sphere.
Oh, close enough.
Joe doesn't
metallic
remember very
sphere. No, I don't remember very well. I can't, like, in reality, I can't remember what we were talking about.
It's like a dimension inside a ball?
Some sort of ball. A metal ball.
What? So
And, my family actually has a few relics like that. Not as powerful as this one, but they only came for the pocket dimension for some reason.
Can't imagine why.
Hey, Adrana,
No,
I
this
can assure
does
you
sound
they got
familiar.
a shit ton of money for that.
It would be rather valuable. I do know of another, and then he reaches into his bag, and you see him into the bag, probably for the first time since you're all now close enough to him. You see him reach into his bag behind him, and he goes like elbow deep into this 1 foot deep bag, and then pulls out the book that he had earlier on the Feywild. This described a dimension, but more of an echo of this one, where magic could be more potent.
Does
It
Tony
didn't
recognize
say.
this as the Feywild, by the way?
Uh,
Given my research as a paladin, who
yeah.
doesn't like explitraplanar stuff.
Roll a history check.
That's not a monster.
That's your worst one.
Yeah, 10.
You can go intelligence.
I'm as bad at that.
It seems familiar. Yeah,
Cool.
vaguely, but yeah, the nature of the subject you have heard about it before, just you can't remember too many details about it.
But it seems there are many worlds beyond
Yes.
our own.
Yes, there is. It was sort of a metallic sphere covered in latches and push panels.
Hey, Rada, if you want, when we're back in Aeothar and still have some time, I can ask around and see if any of my contacts know anything about that.
I'm fairly sure it's in Esdale, but
Well,
that may be wrong.
further-
Maybe Korn was influencing me way before I even met him.
could be in Esdale, but the Thieves Guild is kind of everywhere. It's just you have to know where. We have to look at the right places. Essentially, there is someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone who is in Esdale. So, again, I can't guarantee anything, but we can try and find it.
Who knew this guy? 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 Who knew this guy?
Oh,
Who knew
fuck!
this guy?
They're caught in a
Who knew
loop!
this guy?
Whose cousin
Who knew
twice
this
removed.
guy's cousin?
Congratulations, Talia! You broke down the Thieves Guild to its bare essentials.
So, I was thinking,
You think?
do we know
Muffin Man.
the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man who lived on Drury Lane?
I'd rather.
No.
Okay, so, do you know the Muffin Man who didn't live on Drury Lane?
Yeah, looking right at him turns to Tony. No.
Okay, so,
I am known for my muffins.
Are you muffins?
do we know whatever happened to the people? Like, what exactly what exactly happened? Like, we were going to, like, do it at some point, but
I am completely confused of what you are saying right now.
Yeah, what?
Me too.
I'm saying, like, did I have, while I was under the influence of corn, did I have any other visions about the people who took the thing that I told you guys about? This is in character, by the way, like, I'm actually saying this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Oh, right.
No.
Not that I know
Not as
of,
far as
no.
I know. Maybe you did and you didn't tell us.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
To be
Don't
fair,
remember.
You
didn't
were
tell us.
very secretive.
You were, yeah. The man with the weird accent that sounds like it could be straight out of one of the cities I've been in Esdale. Is right. Yes, I am here implying that Esdale is in fact France.
Elvish is French.
Yes, it is now.
Oh, God. I always imagined Elven a little more calming to the ears.
Is that not what French is? I think French is very calming to the ears. Thank you very much.
You're French. But at that note, dinner is served.
What's
I
for
have
dinner?
cooked a delicious crab that I had.
It's one
with
crab?
No, like, there was some crab. It was listed as some crab in my food pouch.
Some
so
crab.
I assume there's at least a meal's worth of crab for people.
Very precise.
I wasn't
Fabulous.
specific enough. But
I think you got that when
Seasoned.
you first got to Vudar.
yeah. I know we cooked some of the crab, but I had some crab left over, so cooking the rest of that crab. It was salted, I remember that much, so it's not that off. I've put some black pepper and some of the weird spicy pepper that we found while we were at the Saltine Isles.
This is like red crushed pepper.
It was described to me as pepper from the Saltine Isles, so
Santine.
Santine Isles.
The Saltine Isles.
Ah, yes, the
called
good-
it that because Corin called it that once. The
Good
Santine
old salty
Isles.
To be
I'm
fair, the
using that
pirates
pepper.
might call it salty isles.
The saltine isles sound delicious.
I'm using some of that pepper and some of the black pepper on these crab.
Okay.
7 up to everyone.
Thank you, Tony.
Are you doing that with the magical pen of temporary hit points?
I am.
Nice.
How many do we
How
get?
many do we get?
I'm pretty sure it was
3.
Give me my hit points, Tony.
I already have 3 though, so that sucks.
Well, they go away after long rests.
Oh yeah, but I already had it like noted on my sheet, so I took the long rest right now and then gained 3 like.
Thunderwave.
okay, because it is starting to get like dark. It's probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
And I serve everyone up their crab.
They're crabs.
You see Moss just kind of take the crab in its entirety, shell and all, and just go under the faceplate, and you hear a soft mechanical whirring, and then his hand comes out, and there's no crab.
I thought you were gonna say you hear a crunch and the crab's gone.
Just-
Tony says, I served it up the shell so you could eat it out of it. It's like we don't have any plates, but
Yeah, he ate.
I mean,
he
there's
ate the
less
shell.
cleanup.
Crab shell plates.
r/give us plates. That's a real subreddit, by the way. It's hysterical.
I know.
So, yeah.
But so then now he eats the crab and then turns to Tony.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Tony puts down his cream. Says, "I'm Tony, one and only," sarcastically. I grew up in Lake Sula, as you've seen. You've met my family. Got very intimate with my father, by the way. Grew up there as a little lad, and my parents they're enchanters. They're pretty well renowned in the city for being pretty good enchanters. Always wanted me to be a wizard, just like them. I was growing up, and I really wanted to be a wizard. I'd do all the reading, I'd put in all the work at Wizard Sunday School, and I'd really try, but I never got it. I just wasn't as good at wizarding as they were. They were still, like, supportive and proud of me, but I just wasn't as good at wizarding. I always wanted to be a good wizard. I really sucked. So then, I joined the Order. I was a young kid. I found Zilvan one day. He was on the street. He was doing some street preaching, just some general, like, work of the cop stuff. And I was like, whoa. He seemed like a superhero when I was a kid. And I was like, I went up to him and was like, can I, like, join this order? And, like, my parents didn't know about this at the time. I, like, try to keep it a little bit hush from them. They found out pretty quickly. But they were supportive. And he was like, yeah, you can join the order. And I wasn't, like, the strongest paladin, the fastest paladin. I certainly wasn't the smartest paladin. But I was very determined to be a good paladin. Because I wanted to prove my parents proud. I could do magic.
Tony, trust me, you were a great paladin, are even greater now.
You're the
Thank
best paladin.
Yeah, you're the best.
So,
How do your parents feel about your ability to use arcane casting as well now?
what?
Well, when you and Moss kind of does the gesture of like flexing his arms like you do. Like when you get big, there's a difference in that magic between, and then he grows a flower in his hand. This magic, and then like starts casting a cure wounds in his hand just to give it that kind of divine glow. And this magic, they are all different. You said when you were young, you were not gifted in the arcane, so you sought divination. But you can use arcane. I have seen you use arcane. You did
Tony's
it
face is
earlier.
like a rock. It's like a chiseled stone. It is completely unmoving. He's like,
Moss's face is exactly the same.
you can't see either of our faces. We're both made of metal.
You can see Moss's face. It just is made of metal.
Yeah. I'm giving him like this 1,000-yard stare of, You've just broken my whole universe.
I thought you'd be aware.
Talia like waves her hand and like in front of like Tony.
He just
Moss
looks at the
turns to
floor for a
Hadrada.
minute with his helmet in his hand. He's like,
Yes.
Moss turns to Hadrada. He's like, "You do recognize," and then turns to his, that casting is different than when he, and then he like does a swingy sword action. It's like when he hits with his sword, or grapples, or punches, and flashes. That seems to be what you call from your god, Macabre, correct?
Macabre.
Macabre. It's
Say
macabre.
again.
if
Macabre.
Macabre. But
Macabre.
Tony doesn't answer, as his jaw is as close to the floor as it can get.
Yes.
He like puts his hands in front of his face. He looks at his hands, and he looks to his other hand, and he looks to his other hand, and he looks to his mage hand. He's like,
Does he just summon a mage hand so he can look at it?
yeah. Well, he's looking at the mage hand because the mage hand is an arcane hand, and he's like, holy shit.
And Moss just kind of makes his hand glow again and puts it next to the other hand. You said you weren't the smartest, but allow me to explain. This is called divination. This is called arcane, and then gestures to your hand and mine.
So
Different
I-
sources, same
This is me?
outcome. That is not from your god. That is yours.
Guys. Tony gives Moss another like big quick hug with all three of his hands. And then he like stops and then he like looks at his hands again. He's like, "Whew," and he claps and he like, he's like high fiving his own mage hand. He's like, "Whew." I cast Expeditious Retreat on myself and do a lap of the building.
Okay.
I'm like just like, what?
Moss just kind of looks, as he's like freaking out, Moss just looks to the group. Have you all not experienced the difference in
This
magics
is me.
before?
I have.
I'm doing this.
And you didn't explain it to him.
Nope.
Why?
Because I didn't think it was important.
Moss
think
looks to Tony and looks to
no.
Hadrada
Like-
and then looks to Tony. Clearly, it seems it was.
I
Yeah.
just thought it was weird he could breathe underwater, but I just thought that was just magic stuff he could do because he was a paladin. I know
Now
nothing about
that-
magic.
Breathing underwater, that could be either. That's where magic gets a little tricky. But, and Tony's just still sprinting and jumping around
Well,
us.
Tony's just cast lightning lure in his hand. He's like whipping it against rocks and shit.
I'm glad. He probably had a rough time after everything with his father.
Hadrada, you get a message. Holy fuck! I can do this. This is me.
Hardrada, who can't actually message back anymore, is just like, huh.
Well, casting message, you still respond.
You can respond.
Yeah, you can
Can't
respond with message.
freely.
Oh, okay. Hardrada's just like, yes, you can.
Fuck.
It seems
Ooh.
you all have more to learn of each other still. I'm glad
because
I'm not
it's
too
like-
far behind.
Jay sits back in his chair and he claps his hand together, but he like shocking grasps as he does it, and he's like, "Wow,
Take the damage, pussy. You did it.
all right." Take 2 shocking damage.
Yeah.
That's such a low roll.
Yeah, so it's just, I mean, that's not a lot.
You have
but, like,
to
Yeah,
check
that
it.
also definitely gets through your armor class.
it's like a single thin, strand of lightning, and it just kind of zaps you on the
I
palm of
mean,
your
he
other
has
hand.
the hit point, the temporary hit points anyway. So
Yeah, just ate through 2 of them.
So just says, one sec, guys, one sec. I'm gonna go stand outside the front door. just take a wander. And all you hear is just be like, close the big gate and then just as I cast Agnazar's Scorcher, just like out into the distance, like fuck!
he also yells like as he's doing it.
And yeah, I mean, as you do, it just shoots off into the darkness of the desert, and you see it. You hit the ground like a little bit further past, and it's just like a line of flame that illuminates the desert floor as it goes by, and then when it hits, it just a small explosion.
Tony like walks back in, like panting heavily, like all excited. He sits back down and says, "Oh, right. Where was I?" Whew.
Well, not there because you're halfway in the fire.
Oh, I was over here, wasn't I? There you go. He sits back down. He's like, "Oh, what did I get to? I was at the library, yeah. So I was learning magic from the paladins, and I wasn't very strong. I wasn't very smart. All the things were looking, but I was really determined to be a good paladin. So I did all my studies. Eventually, I learned how to do some magic from Bacob, who was like my childhood hero from all the stories I'd like read. And at that point, Sylvan, he was like my granddad at that point. He told me to go on this big like pilgrimaging expedition to try and get closer with Bacob. And I started. I had to look for a kind of like become like a paladin myself on my journeys. So I went out doing various paladinish heroic deeds to prove myself to Bacob that I could be a paladin. And eventually I landed in Ethavon in a reasonably tight space. I'd recently become a paladin at this point by proving myself to Bacob. And I needed to get back to Vudar to go to a shrine of Bacob so I could finish my journey there. But I wasn't very local to the place. I don't know like where there was any docks to get out or anything, so I couldn't find anything until I wandered into a dredgy little grey town with a dredgy little grey bar with 3 happy little adventuring faces. And they all took me in, and that's why I'm here.
Bacop really did give you a challenge by just throwing us in front of you. Who's like, here, deal with them.
Could think of some challenges for sure, and I look over to Hadrada. I say, but since then, we came back. There was recently an attack on the temple before the dragon, with some mysterious hooded kind of figure of just kind of it was very mysterious, but he was very antagonistic towards me, and he was kind of like firebombing the temple and killing people, and he's I think who I'm. Yeah, he was calling me some mean names. But
took my lunch money.
Gave me a swirly.
Call me like Four Eyes.
Fucking asshole.
And, I think he's like almost like my like adversary. Like after that I had to go to a temple south of the mountains, and I met Bacob there. I let it hang for a minute.
Did you say you met your god?
I met him.
That is, if you all of Moss's apertures, which before that point had all been like kind of zooming erratically, all at once, all of them go wide.
Tony like goes to shuffle his seat towards Moss, but as he goes to pick it up, it's made of solid rock and is implanted in the ground. He's like, I was like, he like greeted me. He had challenges for me when we got there. I had to battle these elementals of magic, and he gave me this amulet whenever I beat one, and I met him. He was there, and he gave me this power. I wasn't like some scrawny kid from Vudar anymore. I'm like, like do some flexing. I'm the patterns I like looked up to. I'm a proper like, I'm real. Like I did it.
I believe you were real before. He just gave you the means to become what you imagined yourself as. But it sounds as if he simply acknowledged what you already were, Tony. Do not count your own ability off.
Don't say that. You're gonna make me cry.
Your power, and then Moss makes his head catch on fire, is your own. And then just
Whoa,
kind
wait.
of throws it
Moss's
into his
head?
campfire. Hand.
Hand. Oh, I thought you said makes his head catch on fire. I was like, you're setting my head on fire?
That's what I thought too.
Ooh.
I throw a fireball at your fucking forehead. Roll for initiative, pussy.
There goes the wholesomeness.
Just catches his hand on fire. Your power is your own. And then chucks it into the bonfire.
So he
House
like
is like a
picks up a
little flame.
rock, and he looks up and he looks at the rock, and he catapults the rock into the sky with catapult.
Wait, like straight up or like?
Just straight up.
Yeah, arrow roulette, baby!
Oh shit.
Moss
seconds
wants to
later,
look
here
straight
comes-
up and track the rock.
So as Tony throws the rock, just straight up into the sky, you hear like a.
Moss looks up and tries to spot it before it comes down.
It is coming down, essentially aimed right for the middle of the fire between all of you,
No.
and it is approaching rapidly.
Moss is
Okay,
gonna
I'm
throw a
getting the
produce
fuck
flame
out
at
of
it.
touch.
Can I catch it?
hell yeah.
Roll
I step
a
over the fire and catch
dexterity-
Roll for
Yeah.
initiative.
Roll a dexterity check. Yeah, roll initiative.
Check or save?
13.
Check. Yeah, okay. So as it comes down, you do catch it, and it lands very, very hard in your hand, and you feel like the vibrations throughout your metal gauntlet as it lands in the palm of your glove. And
It's just like it's.
Ooh, that hurt.
It just hits his hand, and it like the whole metal starts just like going like. "Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun."
yeah, exactly. And your hand is like numb as well.
Yeah. As I catch it, I like grip my teeth and like,
Never do that again, please.
In hindsight, it wasn't the best idea, but I did that. That was me.
I get why you said you weren't the smartest paladin.
Moss reaches up and gives him a fucking where's my goddamn spell? There's Cure Wounds at level 3.
Aw.
Alright, I have to look
Hey.
at my hit points.
That's gonna be D8 plus blah blah. So that's 3D8. Or is it no 1D? Yeah, 3D8. Plus what's my ability mod now? Is it plus 8? Plus 8, yeah. Fuck.
665.
Really sad syntax error, huh?
Alright, thank you.
25 health total, based off the first roll.
It's probably way more than you needed, actually.
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's
We're
graceful.
not doing nothing else today, so fuck it. Make
Makes
sure
my head
homies
feel a
good.
bit better.
We're gonna get attacked in our sleep, aren't we?
I swear to God.
Yeah, well, with my new non-mangled hand, I'll punch him off.
Goblins come out of another secret passage in the mountain and just come in and carry you off into their lair as you're sleeping.
Well, if there were any people outside of the thing, they most certainly did see a giant thing of flames.
Yeah,
Fair point.
probably. Yeah.
Be gone, thoughts. So I think with that, after our little show and Tony playing catch with himself, Moss would arise, say, and I'd like to say, once again, thank you all, and then a deep, deep bow for all of you.
Tony replicates the bow perfectly.
Honestly, thank you for being part of the team. Well, part of the family, more like. Talia just says, well, you're more like part of the family. Everyone just goes, ugh, because it's so so cheesy.
Wait, I have a family now?
Well, yeah, duh.
Well,
We're family, right, guys?
I mean,
just
if I'm
kinda cocks
Hadrada's
his head
brother,
inside.
that is some kind of... There's a distance, like...
You know
One
what
of
I
our
mean.
parents definitely got around.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And at that, we'll go ahead and take a break.
Alright.